Hey guys, welcome back to Immersion RPG. I'm JoeyB. This is
Nick Sadoff.
That is
Autumn.
That is
Justin Morton.
That is
Oh man. Oh, speed round.
We are back from a little bit of a vacation. We had one off last week, but we are back and ready to play back in our campaign in the world of the Fold. When we last left our heroes, they were having a little bit of a search in a cave. They were looking for the baby kidnapper, I believe, as the fishy people asked them to. And Alec, who is not with us, was actually laid up in bed being healed by these people.
Oh, yeah.
So right now, Alec is actually not here. But we had just got done fighting a couple dogs.
Yes.
They searched the room. They found a bunch of rocks. Some worth more than others, but they were just rocks, so it doesn't matter. And they headed upstairs. So you guys find yourself in kind of like a little corridor, as you can see on the map there. I'm going to go ahead and bear with me, guys, as I switch some of this stuff, because I am running music and the descriptions here, so it gets kind of tough sometimes. So you guys find yourself in a little corridor there. And it's still that deep, dank cave. And kind of an odd smell. It's like, has anybody smelled low tide before? It smells like low tide, you know, that seaweed type smell and all that good stuff.
Yum.
You can hear the ocean kind of in the background outside, far off in the distance, because you've come into the island a little ways. Wind's going through the cave. You see a hallway straight ahead of you. Those of you with low light vision, you can see that there is some sort of altar down the hallway. Your torch, what is that, like 30, 40 feet or something?
Yeah.
Probably can't reach that far, but you guys can see the altar down there. I'm going to go ahead and switch this battle screen quick, and we will actually see this map we're talking about.
Oh, nice.
That's where we left off.
All right.
All right.
Are we still in combat initiative order?
Hi, Knight Commander. Thanks for coming. No, we are not in combat anymore.
Okay, good. Because I don't remember our initiative order.
That's
Neither
all
do I.
good. Speaking of which, I better get that out. Oh, I don't know what to do with my phone.
All right. So this first little room is just sort of a.
Yep.
We can probably see everything in there.
Is there a phone over there?
Good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Are we good?
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I'll do this Cobalt Fight Club. We'll improvise.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're good. Go.
Okay. So this room we're in, we can probably see everything in here. At least I can. With the torch,
Yeah.
it's big enough to illuminate that
It's
room.
just like a little stone entry, like
Okay.
that leads down to another hallway. There's really nothing of interest.
But I can't see much down the hall yet. Okay.
Well, after you.
I don't think I want to go first. Somebody would. Shh. You don't know what's down there. Doesn't mean play quiet. That means don't play. Shh. Could one of you two that has dark vision, could you maybe?
I'll sneak up there and check if you want.
Aelin, why don't you just throw your torch into the cave?
Do we want to notify anything in there that we're coming?
Alert
We
things to our presence.
Just
Oh, that's right. There was
beat
thunder,
the living
wasn't there?
yeah, we just beat the living hell out of 2 dogs.
Loudly. All right. Okay, I'll move forward
There you go.
to the hallway. I'm the one in the front. With the shield. That's me, just right up. Not all that far. Not that far. Not that far.
Not
Oh
that
god.
far.
Reverse,
No!
reverse!
No! Back up, back up. And then I'm gonna chuck the torch down into
As you throw the torch in there, you notice that there's in the middle of the room. You see kind of this almost what appears to be a sacrificial tablet, with kind of these stalagmites, tights.
Mites come from
Mites?
the ground. Tights
Mites?
hang tight from the ceiling.
I was right the first time.
You were.
Sticking up from the ground on each side, and in the back you see an odd-looking well.
It appears to be a sacrificial altar with stalagmites sticking up from the ground and some odd-looking fountain. Well,
Thank you, Thrax. I can see that as well. No
well,
movement or anything? No response when I chucked that in there, huh?
Well,
Alright, I'll move up. Cautiously.
lead the way.
Just one step in the room, no farther. Until I get a good look at what's in here.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright, so are we seeing anything interesting?
I don't see in the back
Other
of his
than what
knees.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
first roll of the night. First roll of the night.
That's not too bad. That's a 16 or 18. That's a 16. Plus perception plus 0. So that's a 16.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. You didn't. You notice the smell's gotten slightly fishier as you come in deeper.
Right. It looks to be clear if you want to enter.
Hello? Is anyone home?
As you say that, you hear this kind of odd cackle.
That's comforting.
It appears they're home.
They are home. That sounds like they're glad to see you.
Do you have 5 minutes for the church of we're going to kill you?
I got Girl Scout cookies.
The cackle kind of echoes around the room. You can't really tell where it's coming from.
Not liking this. Alright. So, Drac, you should go up and check out that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you should totally go. It's all you.
Oh.
Now is the time to
So
be
now
free.
that our-
next to her right now?
Now there's down to
Me,
3 of us. I'm the
Aelin.
one that gets to walk up to
No.
everything.
Yep.
All right.
Well, you
Go ahead
have
and make a
dark
perception
vision
check now that you're in the room too.
Both.
You're behind him.
Oh man, I have stats. They do things. Perception, that is an 11.
Yeah. Looks like a room.
Perfect. Okay. That doesn't put me on edge when you tell me to make a perception check and then don't give me anything when I roll it.
Seriously, Drac, go for it.
Draxun.
Yeah, I'm on it.
I have this brilliant idea and I'm going to slip in his gun.
I was thinking about going invisible and sneaking over there.
Oh, please. That sounds like a marvelous idea. Please do it.
Well, I was going to see if you could throw a
A coconut?
coconut at the
I
altar.
do have a couple coconuts still. How about going invisible, then throw a coconut into the ball and see what happens?
Into the
All right.
I'm curious. I want to see if a coconut floats or not in this thing.
Do it. Just obviously standing here is doing nothing.
Invisibility on myself.
Okay. How far is that away? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. It's pretty far away.
Can I get close enough to pitch a coconut into the ball?
Okay. Yeah, I'd say in front of the tablet there. What's your stealth?
I got an 11.
You hear a voice saying, "Have you come to play with us
Nope.
or kill us?"
Do we all hear it or
And
just?
and both those things right there, those columns, start to move, and seaweed untwists, and algae falls out, and 2 sea hags replace those little
Oh crap!
columns.
Okay, then.
And one says, "Of course they didn't come to play. They came to kill us." Another one says, "But I want to play."
I'm
Everybody,
invisible,
first
standing
of all,
with my mouth shut.
including you because they saw you.
No. They just saw a coconut.
So, yeah, they
midair.
watched you come in the room, go invisible, and throw a coconut from that spot. So, make a
Super
DC
sneaky.
11 Wisdom save.
All of us?
Everybody.
Everybody. Oh crap! Okay.
Hey!
Is it gonna be like the
Oh yes. Okay, I'm good.
Natural
Everybody
20.
good? Nice.
15.
Okay, so everybody's good. You're
15.
not frightened. That's good.
Didn't even know my dice could do
And
that.
then we'll roll for initiative.
That's a natural 20 plus 2. So
Yeah, mine's plus 2 also, so yeah.
Okay, bear with me. I'm doing paper
I do
initiative
remember
here.
that.
I haven't done this in a while. So.
Is it?
no problem.
Okay, so who got what here?
22 for Aelin.
Okay. What's your
53?
modifier?
For
No, that was the total.
That was a total, but I need to know our modifier, right? If there's a tie.
Yes, you do.
for my dex
Yeah.
is +2.
Okay. So. And. Would you-
8.
8. What'd you get?
I got 14.
Why do you guys have to have such similar names? Drax and Drax.
Well, it's Drac
Alan and Alec.
Yeah, just Drac for short.
and Aelin and Alec. Yeah, I know. We just like to be mean.
I can go by Lord Fellhorn if you would prefer.
Why Lord?
All right. So the
Would not prefer. Do not like. 0 of 10. Would not do again.
the hag closest to
Call Mr.
you
Dancy Pants.
runs over to you and swings.
Just call me by the first half of my last name, Silver.
This one's going.
Yep, they
That's
both
my
get a
last
free
name
attack.
too.
Of course it
All
is.
right.
Sorry.
Bam.
Would you say that you're Mr. Silver?
I can be if you want me to be.
What's your AC?
14.
14. They rolled a 15, so that
Oh.
goes through. Ten.
Are they?
Oh.
Hits you for 10.
Holy.
Are you still invisible?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't pass his
I'm
stuff.
hurting invisible, but I'm invisible hurting.
Okay.
And then the other one charges you. Yep. Because you're
Zoinks.
closest. Perfect.
Wonderful. Send the tank in first. And
9.
make sure everyone else gets hit before.
9?
Yeah.
That actually doesn't hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey!
Nice.
And then that brings us to hag number 1, which is the one that just swung because they got a free. We got some Monty Python rule
Nice.
references going in, so everybody knows.
Aw.
You cannot win, can
The
you?
consequence wheel of.
Let's see here.
What was it you said earlier?
10.
Joe's actually opening up Amazon right now and buying loaded dice.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
You can't load D20s.
He's gonna roll a d20. Every face of that d20 is just a 20.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull a random critical fail table here and have some fun.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
And just so you all know, Joe threatened to bail on us if he rolls 2 natural ones in a row tonight.
So
Yeah,
you
just
might,
stand
you
up and
might
walk
have
out.
a new.
So he may leave, but one of us will have to
a
like
new
DM.
Yeah.
You
Then we're
all
playing
win
Crash
and
Pandas.
You save the
Go
day.
ahead, we'll start playing Crash Pandas. It's just happened.
So, technical question, because obviously,
Yes.
cure wounds.
Yes.
It says a creature you touch regains a number of this hit
That
points.
includes you.
Can I touch myself?
Yeah.
Yes. You
Yeah,
can
well-
absolutely touch yourself.
You can.
In private,
but
please.
You can.
you
even do
have
it in
to
public.
sing.
I actually meant
while
that seriously, guys. Come
you
on.
have to sing while you're doing it.
I have to sing while I touch myself?
No.
Yes.
Stop.
And
You-
I think about
Yeah, you have to sing. I touch myself while touching
I
yourself.
was so hoping you were going to go Blondie on that one. Good job.
All right. So
This
hag
show did have
number
the
1
adult warning on it, did it?
Yes.
swings at.
He says he did anyway.
I sometimes I do. Let me look this up really
Probably
quick.
always should.
It's just, you know.
Viewer discretion
it might be
advised.
fine. It might not.
We have a minor at the table. Come on.
I am so making that song now by Blondie
It's
one
me.
of my
I'm the minor.
my beaver flute songs for
you're
my
the
spells.
healing one.
The
The
healing
healing
one.
All right.
Yep.
So
That's the song for my healing spell.
Healing touch.
as a hag reaches up and swings at you, she looks at you kind of like weird, like.
Weird.
And she gets this look of fear in her eyes and realizes that you're a demon spawn as she knows you. And she kind of cowers back a little bit, and she has a frightened condition now.
Oh.
And she says, "Sister, it's a demonkin."
Is that he's racist?
And the sister says, "Kill it."
It's a T.
And that brings us
Oh.
to
He thinks he's a lord.
our tank.
All right.
The only one.
Not
who
to
hasn't
stereotype or anything.
You know, it's all right. I'm used to it. She does have the big shield. She's going to move into combat with the one, hitting Thrax. Well, you're
Somebody
squishy.
knee over here.
Commander, we
He's
appreciate it.
squishier than you. There's only so much I can do. I can only hit one.
I have delicate sensibilities.
And she is going to take a swing with her short sword.
This thing's gonna step on me like a cockroach.
And that is going to not hit anything because that's a 10.
That means you're
Yeah,
pretty
it's not gonna
resilient then.
Crap!
True. Touche.
And yeah, that's it. Actually, no, I tried to take a attack action, so I'm gonna try to shove it.
Okay.
Shove her 5 feet back.
Okay.
And it's a strength check, right?
Posing, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Let's do it.
Alright, let's do this.
Ooh.
It's 14 plus 3, 17.
21.
Ah, crap.
Jeez, that's a strong hag.
Wow.
Well, this isn't going as well as I'd hoped. That's it for me.
All right, that brings us to Drac.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Just crying in the corner.
I am over here.
Invisible.
Like,
If you make an attack roll, you have advantage because you're invisible.
Yep.
don't mind. I'm trying to figure out how to use this cool app real quick, like a bunny here.
Real quick.
We're professionals.
Dude, I'm experienced.
We are professionals.
Haha, that's what I was looking for. Yeah. Oh. That's not what I wanted to see.
What are you trying to do?
I was gonna thunder wave, but that might be bad.
Thunderwave is one.
'Cause it isn't a
It'll hit
radius
all of
circle?
us. Yeah.
No, it's a cone.
It's a cone.
Well, it's a cube. Yeah.
It's a cube. Yeah.
That I misunderstood that when you killed me earlier with it.
When you
It's a
killed
cube.
me
It
earlier.
might
It's
hit
direct.
me.
It's directional.
Right, and I was just checking to see if I wanted to kill you again or not.
Yeah, but not Aelin.
Yeah, because you could hit me. Well, no,
Right.
you could hit this one.
But
and
he
you,
could move
It's
it.
it's within 15 feet, so you can move
Yeah.
a little bit this way and then hit it.
That's a great idea.
That's true. You could swing
Yeah,
around.
there you go.
Okay. Do it.
All right, swing to the side just a little
Swing to the
bit.
side a little bit over here.
Within her melee range.
Stay in melee range, and she'll get an attack on you. Well, she doesn't. Well, yeah,
There you
she'll
go.
still
So
get a
something like
swing.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Unless
yeah,
she's a
yeah.
Cool.
And
And
then you
then pulling it
can set
up.
it to be here.
Gotcha. And then yeah, I'm gonna cast thunder wave.
Hag number 1.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Nice. Okay, that's where to go.
It's 1d8.
Is it?
It has to
Somebody
make
just
a-
have this thing memorized.
Has to make a DC
All right,
save
got it.
of your charisma.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you.
I'm assuming that 7 will fail.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's like
2d8
2d8s.
damage.
Isn't it?
Not very constitutional.
4. 6.
Okay, so 10, and does it get a spell modifier?
No.
No. Okay.
And then it pushes you 10 feet away.
Yep.
Okay.
Aiming so diagonally.
Push her 10 feet away.
That's okay.
And the spell emits a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, we heard that.
So there's like dust. Yeah, we're deaf now inside this cave.
She's like hits
there's
the
anything left,
wall and
they're
then
awake now.
is like shaking and like covering her ears.
Jeezums.
Dust falling off the ceiling as I knock stalactites off the ceiling.
And Thrax.
I feel so included.
We'll get back to you. Don't worry.
You're sleeping back at camp.
Yeah, seriously. You kick back and enjoy it, but we fight hags.
I wanted to find it.
All right. I'm gonna put my hand on Aelin's shoulder. I'm like, I am fully convinced that you have this, and then I'm gonna cast Misty Step.
Aww.
That's fine.
You just walk through her.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because teamwork.
No, I'm
Nice.
actually cool.
And
with
then
Nice.
I am going to actually cast Message on the sea hag that was afraid of me,
Okay.
and in my best demonic voice, telepathically, I am coming for your soul.
that. Nice.
Be like
What's
an
your,
intimidation check.
What's your... Let's go... Constitution modifier?
My Constitution
Or
modifier?
DC, sorry.
My spell DC?
Yep.
Or
Yeah, that
my
works.
spell DC is 13.
Yeah. Okay. She passes.
Yeah.
It's a 16 and a 13.
Nothing afraid.
So she's still only feared.
Perfect.
Using the rest of my movement, I'm just going to go over to the well.
Okay.
Near the well.
Poke it.
That brings us to
I'm sure there's
the
nothing
hag
bad
right in
that
front of you. She takes a swing at Aelin. And would you believe this again?
Is it
Is
another
it a
natural
one?
one?
I'm done.
Was it at the same turn? It wasn't at the same turn. Don't leave
Look
us.
at the table here.
Oh no, is it another one?
Oh yeah, that was a natural one.
It's 3 natural.
How many did you say earlier?
Well, thanks for joining our stream, folks. I think we're finished.
Well, that was a good pleasure, everyone.
She's like sitting there all scared, and she's like
3
trying to get
natural
this
ones.
tiefling's image out of her head, and so she's just like wildly flailing at you.
Thought
She
she was
already
just
has
going to
disadvantage on her
explode.
attack rolls, but you know, she still has disadvantage on her attack rolls.
Every time you roll one of those, I'm gonna need a lemon bar.
There
let
you go.
let this be a lesson for everybody who invents a world where he kills off all the gods.
Yeah. And there are no more dice gods either. All right, second hag. Can't see you now, so he's gonna charge back at. She's gonna charge back at. Sees her sister suffering. Charges as Aelin.
Oh, crap.
Now you're.
Alright,
Oh,
hit
wouldn't
me.
it be
Hit
advantage
me.
because she's flanked?
No, that actually is not.
11.
That does not hit.
Okay. That's her turn. Brings us back to you. So you get to rebuke.
All right.
I know, I got that mixed up.
I am going to. Oh, crikey. I don't want to be flanked.
How you doing over there?
Doing fine.
You hear from thin air as I'm invisible.
I'm going
Disembodied
to.
voice. The coconut.
I know, right?
Can't move or else they'll go around.
I'm gonna move, swing around to the far side of that one. I'll take an opportunity attack from the hag on this side, but yeah.
You going for the corner to put you back against the wall?
Doesn't matter. Either way, that's fine. Mostly I want to get, actually, yeah, corner, so you guys can get flanking easier if we need it. And I'm gonna take a swing at that one right there. And please roll better than last. That is crap nuts.
That's
That's a 9.
What is that?
9.
Crap nuts.
Crap nuts.
I love it.
What kind of weapon do you have?
The random.
It's a short sword.
Okay.
Hey, look, we're rolling that.
It's a +5. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
It's crap.
So you swing,
Nuts.
Nuts.
Crap nuts.
and he just kind of bounces off the stone on the ground because you totally missed.
I totally okay.
All
Cool.
right.
All right, apparently I can't hit anything. Could one of you guys do something here? I'll keep him busy.
That brings us back to our bard.
Do 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 do. I'm gonna throw a coconut at her head.
All right.
Oh.
Like a 7.
Yeah. It misses. Flies by.
And then I play a little tune, giving her bardic inspiration.
Woohoo! D6 or D8?
1d6.
D6.
Yep.
So you are now inspired.
Woohoo!
And that brings us to Thrax.
Let's go. Sama.
Perfect. All right, I am going to cast Ice Knife.
Okay.
I'm going to throw it right in. And I'm going to throw it at
Think
the
that's serious.
I know, I was not-
multi-armed sea hag. That
I
misses.
didn't know nice ice.
'Cause that
You're
was
all
it.
doing
Made this?
That was
real
an
well.
8,
It's like
But-
a grenade.
but it still blows up.
Okay.
So it still deals 2d6 ice damage to both of them, even though I miss.
Dexterity saving
Okay.
throw, 14.
Let's do it.
No, it's an attack. They don't get a dex save. So that is 6 damage to them.
Okay.
Ice or cold damage.
Kablam.
Yeah.
She would catch him.
I didn't think we were about to die until that music came on.
I know.
Okay, so that's down to that. That. Alright, we doing anything else?
Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm staying
Okay.
there. I'm as far away from them as I can be.
The first, or I'm sorry, no, the 2-armed one. Is she in range
Of
of Aelin? I can't see.
nope.
No.
No, I'm sorry, just the one with 2 arms. Yep.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
She's
She's in melee with
Okay.
Yeah.
So she is rolling with disadvantage. And that would be a 17.
Does not hit.
Okay. So she swings and whiffs, and the other one is going to. She is going to go over and try the same thing. 7.
It's like double team.
You know, surprisingly, it doesn't hit.
Cool. And that brings us back to
All right. Crap,
some
crap,
inspiration
crap,
now.
crap.
There's an extra coconut on the floor over there.
Woohoo! Put the lime in the coconut. Just looking at my notes. Okay. I'm just gonna try to hit him. I'm gonna use a different die this time though. I had a. What said I could use
Thank you, Pokey, for the trees, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Poe.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, she's just trying to hit him. She's gonna try to hit the. I don't know. The 2-armed one.
Okay.
With inspiration.
I don't think is 7 plus 6. Is that I would have to get a 6 to get a. Yeah.
7 plus
A
6 is
13. I don't think. No, I'm not gonna do it. She misses.
Okay.
She misses, but she's gonna give her a shove.
Super low dice rolls.
Yeah. Way to suck.
19.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Gotta roll. That would be plus. I think it's 18. Shoot.
Oh.
Dang it, actions. Attack. Why can't I find my stuff? There it is. Shield. Okay. Plus 3. Yeah, it's an 18. Dag nabbit!
Alright, and Drax. Drac.
Dude. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Let me see here.
You have to make a lot of custom rolls, guys.
For Mage Hand?
Because he tries to pick up sticks and poke things, not in the rolls.
No, actually, my Mage Hand, I'm casting it, and I'm literally just gonna cover up this one's eyes. Like this.
Nice! Is
Alright.
that a grapple or a.
I'm just gonna hold it there against its face. I'm casting Mage Hand and holding it against the monster's face.
Grab
What's
with the
your
fries.
spell DC?
13.
Yep. Exactly what he said.
Okay, she's rolling with disadvantage.
Alright.
Perfect.
She can't see!
And then
She's like, sister, what is going on? Why won't you just kill these things? I can't see now.
Oh,
and then I would like
It's
to
just like the devil one. The devil one is just.
I like it.
and since I would like to throw my second coconut at him.
Okay. Which one are they
2
throwing at?
coconuts.
The
in
one
a
that has
row.
the Mage Hand covering her eyes.
Okay.
No?
No! Ouch!
Alright.
Oh!
Bounces off the wall.
Hits me in
Falls
the
to the
head.
ground.
I think I dropped it, like literally just lost it behind me as I was trying to throw it.
Just a coconut materializes out of the air.
So
And
which one has
Drax.
got the hand covered?
This
Okay.
one has the hands on it.
Okay, multi-limbs. Okay.
Yeah, multi-limbs.
Multi-limbs.
I'm going to walk
Okay.
up to here, which is my full movement, and then carefully aiming my hands so as to not include Aelin, I'm going to cast Burning Hands,
Okay.
which is a dexterity save for both of them.
Okay. Pretty sure one makes it and one fails it.
13.
Yeah, so one definitely made it. So let's go with the one closest to you misses. The one farthest doesn't. Perfect.
Right. That is
Thanks for following. Nero.
7 damage for the one that didn't make it,
Okay.
and half that much for the one that did.
You can tell the one that's closest to you is like she's starting to get like visibly nervous. and the other one's still blinded.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to go boo to the one that's right in front of me.
She says, but it bleeds, and all of a sudden her eyes kind of go a little more concentrated. She's no longer feared.
It bleeds.
Okay.
Mage hand pass those other horses.
Since you, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
She goes after you.
Yep.
Shoot range. The one with 2 arms.
Yes.
I'm assuming a 10 will not hit.
No.
Okay.
Dude.
I can impose disadvantage. Doesn't matter, I suppose, does it?
It does not.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm
I was gonna say
tanking.
that's a disadvantage because of protection.
I'm tanking over here.
Within 5 feet.
And then the other one swings at Ayla. She has disadvantage. Oh. Green and orange dice.
Wow. Whoa. That'll reinstill fate.
What is it?
2 natural 20s.
Yeah, 2 natural 20s.
Okay.
Just hits.
Nice.
Wow.
Critical damage. That's pretty good.
Okay. That'll be 14.
Damage total or
14 damage total.
Oh.
And
Ouch.
as her claws sink into your arm, they kind of get in between the plate, and you feel a slight burning sensation.
ow.
Poison seaweed.
Alright.
And that brings us to you.
To me?
No, Aelin.
Alright, she's not happy about that. Which one has its eyes covered? It's the multi-arms. Okay, she's
Yep.
gonna take a swing at that. She'd get an advantage, wouldn't she?
Yep.
Okay.
That's you.
There we go. That's a natural
Yay.
20.
There you go. Double that damage.
Yeah,
And I
finally.
will do a effect for it too.
Thanks. So that's doubled to 2. So that's 3, so 5 damage.
Wow.
Add one more attack dice to it. That's what I roll on the chart.
Oh, good. That's 5. So double
Okay.
that also, or
Yep, double that also.
So
Double
10.
your whole roll.
okay, so 12. So
Okay.
it was 6. So doubled is 12 plus 3, 15.
Okay,
damage.
and that was on the.
Multi-armed.
Yeah, the one with their face covered.
She falls to her knees,
Ow.
and she's struggling to get back up, and the other sister is getting a little more scared. And drag.
Should have just stayed a stalagmite.
Do 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 do.
Oh no.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the one with the hag with the hand covering her eyes.
Okay.
You big ugly 4-armed wench! I should have cast Vicious Mockery or the mage hand on myself so I didn't have to stare at you over there.
Ooh.
It's an insult to
Sick
wench.
burn,
You
Drac.
see a little
Sick
tear run out of
burn.
the corner of her eyes and say, "That's what they used to tell me on the schoolyard."
Oh. One tear trickles out from under the mage.
Out of all the junk I have found in this cave, the one thing I can't seem to find is a paper bag. It's what I want the most for you.
Oh.
Okay, what are we doing here?
1d4 psychic damage, and you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And if I fail,
Then you take
Then the 1d4 psychic damage, and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
okay. Well, it has disadvantage anyway, so
Super disadvantage.
super disadvantage.
disadvantage.
And then
I
as
rolled
my-
20.
As a bonus, I'm gonna cast healing word,
Okay.
while humming my flute to Blondie, Touch Yourself, or however the name of the song is. And you regain hit points equal,
Me?
yes.
Oh, sweet.
1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
So
Okay.
roll D4.
Plus your charisma modifier.
Should those be heightened?
That's 7. What?
Yeah. So
Should those be at higher level of the spells?
No.
No.
so yeah, 7, 1d4, 11.
11
There you
points.
go.
That's why that one's a bonus action.
Yep.
That's good. I mean, it's free.
Baby shark dude.
Thank you.
All right.
Vicious
and
mockery.
Thrice.
Baby shark
Yes.
dude.
Okay, the multi-armed one looks rough.
Yeah, she's worse for wear.
Okay, and
told
then
you she's ugly.
the normal armed one looks less rough, but more scared.
More scared, but she's starting, as she sees her sister getting lower, she's starting to concentrate more. Vengeance. So she's stuck in somewhere in between scared and driven.
Alright, as my bonus action, I would like to say, I will kill your sister, but you can still run.
She takes 2 steps back.
Okay, and then...
Ooh! Opportunity attack. Totally gonna swing for it. And watch me get, yep, whiff.
hijacking my turn. Okay, and then I will cast Burning Hands once again to get both of them. So they need to make dexterity saving throws.
They both fit.
That is 13 for both of them then.
So the one with 4 arms, like, is like, you see her skin like actively burning and melting, but she's still standing, and the other one is like staring at her. And
Which
she
one's staring?
goes- The one with 2 hands. And she goes, "You would kill us? What did we do to you?"
Absolutely nothing.
And
You stole children. Rude.
She says, "What children?" And the other one says, "Sister, don't worry about it."
Scandalous.
And the one
Awkward.
with 2 arms looks at her and says, "You didn't do that, did you?" And the other one was like actively melting. She says, "Of course I did. We had to get our power from somewhere." And the one with 2 arms reaches out with her claws and slashes at her sister's throat. Blood pours and it falls over.
Well, alright then.
You left her with 1 HP, by the way.
You didn't get the kill.
And she says, "I knew nothing about children. Spare me."
Should we put it up to a vote?
Well, there would be some sort of hint that the children had been here.
Say I throw a coconut in the air. If it hits the ground, we kill her. If it floats, we don't.
That seems fair.
Seriously, what? There has to be a place. Where would your sister have had the children if she'd had them in here?
She would have sacrificed them.
Wrong answer.
I don't like killing for no reason if she's honestly innocent.
I knew nothing of them. I often went on trips to go gather material and regents for our spells.
And you just thought the altar
Insight
here, the
check.
sacrificial altar, was
Roll an insight check
decorational?
that.
No, we sacrifice animals and other things.
Okay, I'm gonna insight check her because might as well.
Were the animals that
I
you
can't roll above
She's
a 4
telling the
today.
truth.
As far as I know, she's telling the truth.
were the animals that you sacrificed somewhat humanoidal fish creatures?
No.
Aelin, do you have
Relax.
any reason not to kill this abomination?
She takes a step back towards the exit.
I have the deciding coconut in hand.
I am going to walk in between her and Aelin to block off the only exit that I know.
She says, "Let me go. I will do no harm."
Are they human of any kind? Or they're actually like
We're right
hags.
next
They're
to you.
demons, right?
I mean, I don't know. If only one of us had the ability to sense the presence of demons.
Does an 18 hit you?
Does an 18 hit me? 18 hits me.
Aw.
She swings with her claws madly at you.
Okay.
And that's 10 hit points.
Ooh.
And she says, "You believe me? Of course we sacrificed them."
Oh.
All right.
The coconut hit the floor.
Yeah. All right. Kill her.
I was just trying to escape.
Yeah.
And we're back into rotation, which brings us to Aelin.
Nayland just looks at her for a moment. Bitch! Runs up and swings.
Yeah. Niggers.
Somebody please roll better. Okay, that's good. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Finally.
Nice.
Woo!
So when she irritates you, then you can swing and hit. So.
Right. Okay. And that's 4 plus 3, 7 points of damage.
She
And then,
falls to me.
and then I'm gonna take my bonus action and shove her backwards. Like, trying to play on my kindness. I don't know what I was going for there. I didn't. It doesn't do anything. She's mad. It was a 4.
Okay, that's why I'm like
4 plus
6,
3.
So.
Oh, it was a 4 plus 3,
Yeah,
so
so-
7.
Yeah.
Oh
you
shoot!
beat
So
me
I
by
shove her
1.
backwards. Woo! So she gets.
Far?
I think it's 5 feet. Yeah.
Okay. Drac.
So she's on one knee, kind of pushed backwards in not good shape.
She's looking rough.
I sprint across her, picking up a coconut that I messed up with earlier. And from behind her, I just literally crack the back of her head with a coconut as hard as I can.
Okay, roll.
Jump like 2 feet in the air.
Yeah, and do this like minor little superhero attack that's like this tall.
Parkour.
Which would look,
Yeah,
would look,
parkour.
which would look so cool if you weren't invisible.
No, you guys just see this coconut coming off the ground and doing all this cool stuff.
I
here
guess
to go
you've been.
down.
I guess you've been attacking stuff, so you become visible.
That's true.
Yeah.
18.
Hits. 1d4.
Awesome.
Clunk.
3.
Coconut.
She feels this clunk upside her head, and she looks around and she sees the coconut. She goes, "Who hit somebody with a coconut?"
You hit the hag with the coconut and smack them both together.
And that brings us to Thrax.
All right. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead, so she needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
13 plus.
That saves. My DC is 13.
Okay.
Damn it.
Would you like a coconut?
But that's a hag coconut.
Yeah, and then I'll just stay there.
Okay. She blindly swings behind her, trying to figure out where the coconut is. That is a 16.
Ooh. What do I need to roll? If anything?
Beth. Actually, you know what? Let me roll disadvantage on that since.
Dude, she's got to have a concussion from the coconut.
So she rolled a disadvantage.
Take 8 more damage.
She's seeing double invisibility. Doubles.
She slashes at you. You feel like this kind of like claws scratch across your chest.
How much?
Taking actions to deal damage makes you visible.
As the blood starts to drip, you fade into existence. She says, "Ooh, a little one. You'll be tasty."
Tiny boy.
And back around.
Alright. Aelin walks forward, gets in combat with her, so she's got flanking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then she turned around to slash me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, I hate demons. I hate lawbreakers, but you know what I hate more than anything else?
Me.
Liars! She's gonna take a swing at her with advantage, and that is an 11. I can't hit anything tonight.
Hey, what about your D6 inspiration die?
Oh!
There you go.
Yeah, okay, there we go, 16.
That hits.
Okay, woo! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hooray for reminders.
And that is a 6 plus 3, so that's maximum damage for 9.
She is down on one knee and she says, "No, it just, And she's like holding her arm, and she's like, "Hey, just let me go. Just let me go."
Don't you listen to her.
And that brings us to Drac.
How many attacks can I get in one turn? Melee? Just one. Okay. Multiple actions. You can just swing away. Barrel, swing away. I'll coconut to her face.
Okay. You don't have a dagger or anything?
No, he does.
Oh, I do.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I have many weapons on me, including a coconut.
All right.
Please kill this thing with a
hit?
coconut.
15.
Okay. Hits.
Oh my god. Death by coconut.
She had 3 HP left.
Nice!
Death by coconut.
Bam! Crack her on the out of the coconut. The
Death
coconut
by-
splits open finally, as does her skull.
Explain to what does her body hit? What happens?
She falls backwards, getting covered in coconut milk. Now it's a fishy coconut smell, kind of the Bahamas mixed with
Belgium.
like seaport of nastiness. She bleeds all over, and I just leave. I'm gonna set the 2 halves of the coconut shell over her eyes.
Perfect. And the counter is over.
Damn.
I didn't want to dullen up my dagger.
You know, you can resharpen.
Legitimately don't know how I would respond to that as my character.
Well, it worked, whatever. I wasn't kidding, I hate liars.
How on earth did you get a hunter's stone?
She's very. I want justice. I like fighting for the right. And
No,
doing
not
right
you,
thing.
the coconut slayer.
Oh, yes. How on earth did you get a hunter's stone? That is a good question.
I hunted. They dead. Isn't that the point?
They dead.
All right, let's go back to camp.
Is
Takes
that
all
kind of like the
kinds.
*1 requirement?
I would like
Kill things.
I would like
Yeah.
to search the 2 hags.
I hunted.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
They dead.
Oh, and I want to check out the pool
Good.
in the
Cut off
back.
the horn.
Make a roll.
Take the horn.
What'd you get?
What roll am I making? Investigation?
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
You find a bunch of like little trinkets, like made out of bone and teeth. And
20,
stuff.
by the way. I was actually wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Trinkets, bone, and teeth.
And they have like runes carved in them, similar to some of them you've seen on hunter stones.
Okay.
But they were in a little leather pouch. Other than that, it's a bunch of seaweed and fish bones.
Okay. I'll take the trinkets.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 to investigate the pool.
Okay. As soon as you walk up the pool, you notice clear water that goes down a little ways, and you see a bunch of bones in there.
Well, I think I found our children.
Are they alive?
No.
Pity.
Do we want to bring the bones back or just tell them they're here? Let them deal with it their own way.
I would say let them deal with it. We don't know their customs, traditions, and
Right. I don't want to
Everything.
be rude and not bring them back and leave them, but at the same time.
just tell them we found what we did.
Don't wanna be
We did our
rude.
job. That's what they asked us.
Right. And they'll probably want to come
succeeded.
see the cabins for themselves anyway, so yeah.
Do any of you see any books? I'm curious as to what spells and rituals they were casting.
Do I see any books in the pool?
I'm
Okay.
gonna search the room.
This isn't SpongeBob.
I like to search the room just randomly around the sides and nooks and crannies and stuff.
You find a bunch of like random animal bones, teeth,
So nothing
things
interesting.
like that. The most interest was the runes carved in, because you have seen them on other stones before.
Are they similar to the ones that are carved into the altar?
Yeah.
That was rather anticlimactic.
Oh, you talking about this altar or the?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all similar. Yep.
Aelin, may I borrow your short sword for a moment?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm going to decapitate the 2 sea hags.
Okay.
I assume that they have hair.
Yeah.
Perfect. I will just grab their heads by the hair, wipe off your short sword on one of their
Thank you.
garments, hand it back to you,
Appreciated.
It's just covered in fish goop.
Likewise.
And coconut milk.
I wonder if hag blood has any uses.
I doubt it, but you know, there's a black market for everything.
Buy some up just for the heck of it.
That's a good point.
It's expensive.
Yes. I'll fill up 3 vials with hag blood.
Okay.
I like to cut off the pinky toe to make a keychain.
Okay.
You should salt that so it doesn't rot.
Yeah,
cut
Aelin
off
just
the
heads out.
pinky
Aelin's heading out. She. Okay.
Traxoon,
Yes.
I believe I can animate that if you would like at some point.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an interesting group manner.
You have a. As you say that, you hear just sort of a little rattle of metal as Aelin shudders. She's walking away.
Hag's toes are good luck back in the gnomish region.
Are they? do you hang them off of your
Beaver flutes.
Yes. Yeah, our gnomish beaver flutes.
Perfect decoration. Hag toes.
Hag toes.
If you get up to 10, they call it hang 10.
Right.
What if we just find a camel?
There's nothing else of interest in this cave.
I'm heading out. I'm bored.
So you come out, and it's about noontime, and there's a light rain.
She did.
Well, no.
Bam.
Well,
Head back.
casting presto. As I walk, I will
Prestidigitation?
keep myself dry.
Okay.
Nice.
So you get back. I'm assuming you go back to camp, carrying the heads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So as you approach the camp, the people see the heads and they kind of start to shudder and back up. And Jarvos walks up to you and he says, "Hags. That's not what I expected."
Well, given that you'd never seen them, I don't think that you expected anything.
There were some possessed dogs too. Is that more along your line of thinking?
Maybe. I expected some sort of beast, but hags are semi-intelligent, you think? I don't know.
They were killing them for their powers. Power of their spells and such.
How many were there?
There were 2 hags and a couple, 2 or 3 dogs.
Only 2.
Only 2.
Usually they travel in 3s
Well, there's.
for a coven. That way, if there's a disagreement, they can settle it. Are you sure there wasn't a 3rd?
That's all we found was 2. We found the bones of, we assume, missing children.
Well, a promise is a promise. I will take the heads and inform the elder. Your friend is up top on the cliffs. They're about to heal her now.
Okay.
Why up on the cliffs?
Well, they have to call upon the power of the gods, don't they?
Ew.
And he walks off.
Hey guys.
I would say perhaps in this case we very carefully and studiously avoid the cliffs until she's brought back.
I'm quite curious to see how they beseech dead divine beings.
That's your call. I want no part of it, and I don't want to set anything off.
Pretty sure it's hunters.
I know, but this is not.
Gods don't exist, and she's a hunter being healed by gods.
Not if the gods don't exist,
Oh.
it's not really.
Fair point. I wonder if this will taint her soul.
I'm just saying, thank you. This
Yes.
is exactly my thoughts on this. Or if I don't know anything about this, but what if we get back to civilization and someone can pick up what happened, or
Is anybody
Detective
is
or-
anybody around us currently?
If the gods are dead, the god can't be the one that heals her, so it's
unless
not
they're
really a
not, then
problem.
they were trying to keep it secret, and then she gets healed by him, then we go back, and then they can tell she was healed by him, and then they kill her because she's a hunter healed by gods.
If there are gods alive that are being hidden, then that's a whole nother can of worms that we need to deal with separately.
I'm just gonna go over here and start drilling a hole in the end of my toe. So I'm hearing
For a split second,
Awesome.
I thought you meant your own toe.
No, not my own toe.
Jorvis,
Yes.
Are we privy to witness the healing of our companion?
Feel free.
Delightful.
He points to a path. It's like the path of Moana, straight up.
Aelin?
All right.
After all, it's not every day we get to see a miracle from the divines.
I'm gonna sit down here.
Right, because they don't.
You can see the
Right.
sky where the line hits the sea.
I suppose, as academically, it would be interesting to see how they interact with these supposed
Excuses.
non-existent deity. Sure, why not?
Well, if nothing else, it'll be very entertaining to watch them do it for the very last time ever.
Well, we're not going to kill them because they're going to get us home.
Precisely, we're going to kill them after they get us home.
I find a little seashell that would be perfect on the
No
tree
killing,
stand with it.
Thrax.
I promise, on my demonic heart, I will not kill any of the citizens that live on this island.
So wait, are you trying to say that you're going to kill Alec if she's been tainted?
No!
Because Alec's not from here.
Somebody else will.
Sir Compliments Night.
Oh,
Alright,
wonderful.
ritual.
So you guys head up the hill, and as you head up the hill, you approach this kind of plateau, and there's another tablet in the middle where you see Alec's body lying. Her skin is like pale, like she's been dead for a while. You don't see any movement in her body. There's 4 pillars around this tablet, and there's about, you count 8 of these tritons or fish people around this tablet, and they're all wearing robes and very like jewels, crowns, tiaras. They're all decked out, you know. And then there's warriors posted on either side of the plateau, about 8 on each side, knelt down with their tridents and their heads bowed, and the cultists, if you will, are all chanting something. You notice that the sky begins to get a little gray, and from where the cliffside is, a spout of water begins to come up out of the ocean and go up towards the cliff. And as soon as it breaches the cliffside, you guys see this funnel come up. And it doesn't really take a shape, but it hovers above Alec in this kind of like odd-shaped dome almost. And you see her body kind of arch up and her mouth open, and the water that was in her lungs is sucked into that water. And she begins coughing as the water retreats and the sky comes back to bright and the rain actually stops.
Nothing control magic.
Fascinating.
Didn't see anything that I saw specifically said this is a god speaking to them or working to them for them.
The elder
It's like
approaches
magic.
behind you, has
Talking
to come out
quietly.
of nowhere, and he says, "You do not believe in gods."
No, we do not.
Well, in fact, Rovos, we actually believe the gods are to be dead. And have been for the last century.
Yes. Well, I'm much older than that. I can assure you the lies you've been told are nothing but that. I know what your job is. If you return, you will not find us here. But a word is a word, and I will get you to the walls.
Considering that we will not be able to find you here, and curious as to your powers of the divinity, how do you plan to leave?
Who says we have to leave?
Fair enough point.
Maybe the island will take us elsewhere.
Hmm.
I
Fascinating.
appreciate your honesty in our dealings. Being as good as one's word is still worth something.
He says, "Take your friend. Meet me by the beach. You are no longer welcome here."
Oh, I'm still unconscious.
No, you're awake now.
Oh. Why am I surrounded by fish people? But I get on an island.
Come along, friend.
Why do you smell like fish?
Can you walk?
Probably.
She seems like she's in tip-top shape.
Oh.
For being dead for like a day and a half.
I mean, I'm pretty freaked out. Who are these guys?
They are temporary acquaintances. Comrades of convenience.
My mouth tastes like I just swallowed a fish.
You've been dead for a while. Let's go.
Oh, that's the second time. How am I not dead?
They used magics and brought you back and healed you. That's generally how it's done.
None of these guys seem like clerics, though.
We'll talk about it when we get to the walls. But right now our job is to get off this island.
We're back to the water beach yet.
Please.
You guys back to the beach yet?
You notice that so when you're down there, you
Yeah.
notice that they start to gather at the beach, and there's dolphins swimming around, like they're getting ready to do something.
Aww.
On the hike back to the beach, I would like to summon Zolnesh, my imp, and tell him to fly off into the forest.
Okay. So as you guys approach the beach,
Oh my god.
you notice that there's
You're
a large
feeling better.
crowd of people.
I know, right? That was really fast.
There's dolphins swimming around, and there's what appear to be 4 of those sages, or cultists, if you will, waiting at the beach. As you look out at the dolphins, you notice that they actually have almost like reins on them. No saddle, but like reins.
Are we going to ride dolphins? I don't know if I'm terrified or thrilled to
I'm
death.
sorry,
This is
you
wonderful.
ask that like it's a question. You say, "Are we gonna ride some dolphins?"
Hey, Alex.
This is time.
Your morning breath from being dead for a day and a half or something.
I know. Wait, how do you see? You're over there. You smell
have
like
some
old fish
mint?
people.
Seriously.
Do you have any more coconuts?
Salt water or something.
Seriously, coconut. She could.
That's nasty. All my stuff is soaked.
So as you approach the sages, they ask you to line up in front of them one by one. One person to one sage.
Okay. I do.
They
Sure.
approach you with a webbed hand, and they lay your hand on your forehead, and all of a sudden you feel yourself choking. And they say, "Enter the water before you die."
Probably should enter the water then.
As you
In we
enter the
go.
water, you feel yourself breathing the water almost like it's air.
Water breathing.
Sweet.
And a dolphin approaches you,
It's gillyweed.
and you're expecting a dolphin sound. Instead, you hear words, and it says, "Grab my reins."
This is interesting.
I gurgle back. Nice to meet you.
You notice you can actually talk.
Little nice
Oh,
to
I
meet
can
you.
talk fluently,
it's
clearly
like you can
underwater.
talk fluent and clearly underwater.
All right, cool.
They say the spell will only last long. We must go.
Probably already used
Obviously,
to it.
slightly freaked out. I grab onto the reins.
Yes.
Oh, Aelin is down for this. Oh yeah. Wee.
I'm just giving you a hug.
So
New
you head
experience.
southbound, and as you're going through the ocean, you see they take you deep through coral mazes and old ruins, and up into the mid waters through schools of fishes and whales, and sometimes even a shark or two. And the whole trip is just mesmerizing.
Okay.
During this trip, can I ask, how did I die, and how did I not be dead anymore? If that makes sense.
The
You
ship.
guys would have to be
You drowned.
yelling because of the noise.
I'm humming
So
in
when
my
we get to
head.
the wall.
Just
Stage
keep
yelling.
swimming. Just keep
And I
swimming.
apologize because I was looking something up. We spoke to these dolphins?
They spoke to you, but they didn't see anything moving. Almost
Okay.
like telepathic.
Could we have responded?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can talk to them anytime you want.
I'm curious. Good, gentle porpoise. Do you normally serve those who live on the island?
We serve no one.
Are you companions or friends of
Friends.
Jorvos and...
Friends, yes. If we need protection, they grant it, and we return favors.
Fascinating.
It's a good thing they don't have any non-redeeming qualities. These guys sound great.
I'm so very proud of you. You're not seasick when you're on dolphins, only on ships, apparently.
Because this is underwater. Above water is terrible.
As I scream at it.
I mean, when I woke up on that, I've fallen off cliffs before. Waking up on one after dying is not great.
You hear
surprise
the
me.
sound in your head, and Dalton says, "Why are you screaming?" And all of a sudden, you find yourself able to speak telepathically
Oh.
to each other.
Well, because I'm not used to doing that. That's weird.
While I'm on my dolphin, am I able to take over Zolnesh?
You're not actually on him. You're kind of grabbing the reins beside him, and like a submersible thing. You know.
Oh, perfect. He's like one of those
Aquaman.
scuba
Yeah,
boosters.
exactly.
Okay, okay.
He's a scuba booster.
But yeah, you could try.
Is your name Kevin, Mr. Dolphin?
Do I succeed?
You feel some sort of static, like it's hard to explain. You've never felt anything like this. You know he's still alive, but maybe
Something blocking.
like when you enter the corpse market, you got that same feel of entering the corpse market.
They're deceptive.
Aelin will just spend some time getting to know her dolphin, chatting with it,
They seem like great animals.
discussing their favorite fish,
Yep.
I want to take a nap.
know about
feel
its
like-
family.
I'll hold it.
She's like dangling behind it.
Yeah. Well, the dolphins obviously not having to work too hard with me. It's like I have a puppy on his back. No.
One says we'll be at the wall soon.
Oh, good.
Your spell will also wear off soon, so let me know when you begin to choke on the water. I will take you out.
Or we could just hold our breath. I mean, I can hold it for a while.
Don't know about you, but I don't have any breath left. It's gone.
Oh yeah, it's just. Oh jeez, when we come back, our lungs are just gonna be full of water.
Well, hack it up. It'll be fine. It's a spell. It'll be like you just, took a drink of the water and
All of it went
down
into
the
your
wrong
lungs.
pipe. You'll be fine.
So you feel like you're starting to get this choking sensation, and the dolphins take you up, and exactly what you said just happens. You begin to cough, and your whole mouth tastes like seawater, and the dolphin kind of starts to laugh.
Salty.
Just like a hose.
Tastes like fish pee.
And in front of you, you see this.
What do you know?
These
I
large
assume.
cliff walls. They're probably about 300 feet tall. And in the middle of them is a large ravine that goes into darkness, lined with old ship parts and bridges and rigging. And it just goes back as far as the ravine can see, and these old ship parts are all pieced together. Much like the first ship you traveled on with an orc, it was a kind of a hodgepodge of different boats. This is a hodgepodge of different boats in a city. Like I said, suspension bridges going back and forth, riggings back and forth. Different orc flags flying for different trade companies. And the Dolphin says, we approach the walls. And as you get closer, you notice smoke coming from buildings, but it's not like out of a chimney, like some of them are on fire or have been recently extinguished.
I hope that doesn't have to deal with our stuff. It'd be nice to just have a
Good to
Normal
see you. See you
day.
next time.
normal day would be lovely.
Why would you want to? You joined the hunters.
I'm aware, and it's been a string of not normal days. It would be nice to have one where we
I
didn't
was
walk
dead
into the
12
city
hours
already in siege.
I've been dead for a while.
I would like to have told Zolnesh to manually make his way back to me. Okay. Remembering the route.
Yes.
You can snap your fingers and make it disappear, can't you?
Yes.
This is me asking you, not.
I
Aelin.
could, but then that wouldn't give me the location of where the cultists are.
Manually remembering the path back.
Gotcha.
He's tracking.
Got it.
Let me know when we are close enough.
You're approaching the docks now.
Perfect. And we can still breathe?
You can still breathe, yes.
And the dolphins are still with us?
And the dolphins they're carrying you above the water now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Slow down.
Like
So you're kind of
water
like
skiing
a-
behind
yeah.
the dolphins?
You're just kind of it's like kind of
Sitting
like
on
a
it.
doggy paddle type thing where you're slow because you notice they're kind of nervous too. And one of them says there's something wrong.
Are you
This is usually a busy port.
are you familiar with this port?
Oh yes.
Excuse my ignorance of porpoise culture, but do you know what hunters are? Us. I hold out my hunter stone.
No.
Perfect.
Corpus culture.
Do you hunt food or something?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we don't. eat
Food
to
on
eat
land,
much.
really, mainly.
So is there any way, as I asked my dolphin, for us to ever call on you again for help if we need?
We don't have a.
What favor have you done us?
Nothing yet, but in the future, I'm more than happy to do a favor if we need one done.
Find my kind. My name is Teal.
Nice to meet you, Teal.
If you ever need anything, tell them that you owe them a favor. And if you can fulfill it, we'll see.
Side quest.
He drops you at the docks, and as soon as you guys hit land, that telepathic, as soon as you let go of their reins, that telepathic link kind of stops, and they're all of a sudden back to Corpus cackling, and they swim off.
Okay, before they swim off, I'm gonna cast Mind Spike on one of them.
Okay.
It's a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Just gonna
That would
buy
be
dolphins.
18 natural, so let's give them +3 modifiers since they're probably wise.
It does not. It does nothing to them.
What would have it done?
It would have told me exactly where they were, no matter where they went.
For how long?
I'd heard them and pissed them off, and then we would have been able to favor.
I mean, do they? This?
We're to hunt cultists.
What do you mean cult?
You are so determined to make enemies instead
you
of
guys are on this
friends.
port right
Wait,
now,
those dolphins were cultists?
and you smell burning, and it appears that this was like a well-traveled port, but there's no ships in port. There's no real hustle bustle activity. In fact, as you stepped on, you could almost felt like a door closed, and people are watching you through windows. That kind of feel.
I feel like someone's being rude.
Seems very inviting.
Perfect. So I will shake the water from my robes and just start walking down the dock.
You know,
We're
Crax,
just following right along behind.
for somebody who is so
Yes.
conscious of his own culture, as he calls it, you'd think you'd be a little kinder to the dolphins. Do you know if they were porpoises or if they were dolphins? Did you even bother to ask?
Does it matter?
Well, I don't know. Are you a beastkin or are you a tiefling?
I'm both. One's just simply a racial slur.
Well, maybe it was a racial slur to them.
Porpoises or dolphins?
Oh, they were dolphins.
Okay. I wrote down the right thing. So as you're walking down this path, it kind of winds up and down a ravine. You cross. You can tell it's a main path. You know what I mean? There's little sub bridges and alleyways and caves that you can go in, but this is clearly the most traveled path. And as you're walking, you kind of hear shutters shut, doors close, kind of other random noises and whispers. Like paranoia has struck the city. And you come to a large
So very
suspension
inviting.
bridge that goes to a very large gang ship, like a galleon, right? I mean, it's huge, and it's suspended in the middle of the ravine, hanging, and it has like 4 or 5 bridges coming to it that you can see. And this one main bridge that you're standing from it, and from the kind of holes of this main bridge, you see 7 decapitated bodies hanging of various races.
Zoinks.
That bodes well.
What are you staring at?
Bodies.
Yes.
Well, normally they have heads. Like, you know how you have a head and they have heads?
No, I'm pretty sure they have heads. They're hanging. Oh, they're decapitated.
And then to the
Interesting.
As you're talking, 2 very large, well-armored orcs walk out the door of the bridge on the far side and stand to either side of the door and plant down large battle axes.
Should we,
Stare.
I think that's the working committee.
All right then.
should we pull out our hunter stones?
Probably would be a good idea.
I'll pull mine out. Just do this.
Hunter stone.
That signal.
From the other side of the bridge?
Signal.
You're not walking down the bridge?
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna walk down the
You're just
bridge.
gonna show it from them from across.
Yeah,
Look at this.
Here, wait. Yes, I was thinking about doing that.
So you're walking
over
down the
there,
bridge,
yes.
okay? He laughs. Hunters, what right do you have here?
We were sent.
Sent for what? For them?
so for-
He points at the dead bodies.
I don't know who are they.
You were
That's
told
probably the council you were supposed to report to.
How many of the bodies are there?
7.
Oh. So you killed them, or someone else killed them, or what happened?
I killed plenty, but not them. That was Gringaz. He's been expecting you.
Cool. You're supposed to, are you like guys cultist or something?
Hey guys,
Cultists?
our situation's changed.
I'm gonna
Can't
take
say
one
so.
very deliberate step away from Alec.
Yeah.
He takes a step towards you and goes, what do you mean by that?
Cultist is a word that we use when we describe someone who uses a religion.
I'm gonna take another very deliberate step away from
Cast
Alec.
invisibility on myself.
Am I not saying something right,
He
guys?
laughs again. Religion, that's funny. You mean if we get our powers from the old and the original and the only gods?
Is that a yes?
Then yes, we are.
Oh.
And he takes a step towards you. And the other one behind kind of like picks up his axe. You gonna do something about it?
Aelin's going to step in between.
I quietly, very quietly,
The other
visibly
one, the
walk
other
away
one
a little
pushes
bit.
him back and says, "Not our fight.
Nor do we want it to be.
Grim Gaz was expecting." And he says, "Kill a cat, you're no fun." And they step back and take their positions again. Well, meanwhile, the one looks at you and says, and he just takes his fingers and goes. These guys are like 7.5 feet tall.
Oh, I know.
In like plate armor.
I'm good at acting.
Am I to understand that Grimgaz is your elected leader? King?
He's the war chief.
War chief?
Lord Chief.
And I do apologize as I am not very familiar with greenskin culture. Must we request an audience with Grimgaz before we see
Did you
him?
say greenskin?
Yes, I did.
The Killican, or Gaz, the other one looks at Killican and goes, "I like that one. He didn't use that stupid new name, Ugluk. Greenskins, orcs.
Ugly.
That's what we really are."
Cool. So do we just go inside
Do as you please.
to find the
There's no
killer?
politicians here.
Right over there.
He laughs. You mean the ones without heads?
Yep.
I'm curious if you would do me the favor of tarrying just one more minute. You haven't butchered all of the members of the Hunters Guild here, have you?
There were no hunters guilds here.
Oh, delightful. Perfect.
But if there were, your answer is yes.
Good to know.
Cool. I feel like this is a road, guys.
The only true power we respect is true power. Those were
Jesus.
cowards. Politicians. Liars.
You want to be a politician?
Would I know anything of orc culture?
You know that they were. Everybody would know that they are traders by and some have gone the way of the pirates, but for most part they're very peaceful tradesmen, but also not to be messed with because they spend a lot of time on the ocean fighting off whatever perils they face. But you also know that they were a tribal and feral race before peace came.
Okay.
Since I have
You also
proficiency in-
know that there's only this capital city and then a jungle full of little tribes. And then one other capital city in a country bordering that is just like a castle that holds a famous orc family. None of these names ring a bell though, from that family.
So do you just worship all gods?
That's what I was
Or is it
actually
just
going to
one?
ask.
Like, is there a specific one that you like?
I'm going to walk into the boat toward Grimgaz.
Yeah, would Aelin know
I'm gonna quietly
anything
visibly
since she
head over
has
behind him.
since she has
You
studied
guys would know that they
religions?
were worshipped gods of power, basically.
gods of power,
Yeah,
okay.
like they were very warrior-esque tribes. You were in favor with them by dueling or showing your feats of strength. And those would typically be the type of gods they worshipped.
Before I walk in, I would just like to cast thaumaturgy on myself and make my eyes glow red.
Okay. So are we walking in now?
Yeah, I'm just following along quietly, invisibly.
So as you walk in,
I'll catch up.
there's nothing but like kind of blood stains spattered, right? And you notice 2 stairs on either side going up to the main deck. And then random rooms past that.
Didn't even bother to clean this place up.
No one's around us right now, or
They didn't even bother to follow you in. They don't even seem to care that you're gone.
I would like to submit to the group here as a group. Our position here is rather precarious at the moment.
So we're gonna kill everyone?
I would suggest we keep our mouths shut and not irritate the locals, as they have the numbers to take us out easily. So let's find out what happened, talk to their war chief, and try not to start a war if we can help it.
Jeez, it'd be really convenient if hunter stones were like panic devices. We could push them and then a bunch would come.
Wouldn't that be? But that isn't how that works, is it?
Nope.
Unfortunately. So, yeah, let's go find the war chief, yeah? Yeah, can we all try not to piss anyone off? No tricks,
I think
no
that's
stealing.
I think that's a rather fine line with the orcs.
And
I think they like it
Thrax,
when you.
no trying to kill anyone.
I think they they laugh at you when you try to question them about stuff. Is what I've learned so far. With the
I just know if any of you guys pull this stuff, I'm going to be the one that ends up between you and them. And I will. And I will feel absolutely honor bound to defend you.
You hear me
Each of you.
You hear me whisper from invisibility next to you. I still have a coconut.
what?
I still have a coconut.
Hold on to that.
Yeah, hang on to that. Seriously, hang on to that.
Is that why your hands were covered in coconut juice and blood?
I'm invisible.
Alright, let's go.
Well, who would like to take point in talking to the war chief?
Me. But I don't think I'm the best option.
Oh,
I can if you
don't
want
sell
to.
yourself short.
Okay.
Alec, I think you are the by far the best option.
I've known to be rather persuasive, but
Aelin,
yeah.
I think it's awfully sweet that you feel honor bound to do anything.
But you really don't have to.
Alec, Alonzi,
I mean, like, if we're in a situation where it's you or me, it should probably be me the one that's hit in the face because I deserve it.
Alec,
Yep, here we go.
I'm not arguing, I'm saying.
I head to the
Yeah.
wherever he is.
So
Yeah.
you guys walk upstairs to the main deck.
Yeah.
And on the main deck, over by the prow of the ship, is a large wooden and bone hastily constructed throne. On either side, there's 4 guards with large axes and plate mail again. And on the throne seats an abnormally large orc. I'm talking like 8'5", white hair, like down, like long white hair, kind of braided in spots. Across one of his eyes is a large gouge and scar. He's missing one eye.
Is he wearing shoes?
He's wearing full plate mail, and he's like
It's a plate onesie.
he's slunched over, staring with 2 large battle axes.
I could really use some
Loktar,
inspiration right now.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's what we're thinking. And
Yeah.
if anybody from Blizzard is watching, we like sponsorships.
we're bringing back real orcs.
Pretty much, yeah.
And he looks. He goes, "I am Grimgaz, the Lord Chief. Who are you?"
I'm Alex Silverdown. It's, I mean,
And you can tell he's scanning each of you with one eye.
like an iguana?
You send the weak one to talk to me? He literally stands up and throws his axe down and walks up to her and looks down. What do you have to say?
I don't even know what we're doing here.
You've got this, Alec. We believe in you.
He picks you up as you stutter and he throws you.
Well, I can catch myself before I fall because I'm acrobatic.
Make a roll.
Sure.
Acrobatics roll.
Right. Please, I've got a huge The thing. Oh, 4. 9.
You take 1d. You take 1d4 of damage as you try to recover, and you roll into the mast.
3.
Oh, I found my phone.
Not too
It
bad.
found itself.
Okay, and he looks over at you and he goes, "You. You're the one." And he goes back to the throne and sits and grabs the axe and says, "Speak. What do you want,
Been
Hunter?"
elected. We were sent here. We honestly have no idea what's going on. We have no business. We have nothing to do with any of your infighting or anything else that's happened. We were sent here.
To
It was our job.
investigate cultist, Hunter?
To speak to the council.
The one that the cultist killed.
So we learned upon arrival.
I know of you, hunters. You two. Looking at you two. You don't look like warriors. Why would the hunters hire someone like you?
I mean, I got in.
I'm
He
gonna
sees you.
They have many uses that may not be
When
immediately
he says that,
obvious.
you saw his eyes start to glow.
I'm gonna take out the.
I mean, I died twice and I'm still alive.
I do this with my coconut.
He laughs. You're adorable.
Why, thank you.
I'm gonna take out the 3 vials of hag's blood and just drop them on the ground.
You reek of the corpse, right?
Why, yes, I do.
That's hag blood.
Yes, it is.
I have no use to that, but somebody more primal and superstitious, maybe. Curious to know what you know about the corpse market, though.
Plenty.
He says, "That's where I got my good eye."
I presume from the butcher.
You two, I like. That one's adorable. What purpose do you serve? He looks over and he yells something in Orcish, and all of a sudden his guards leave. If you come to kill me, kill me.
We have no desire to kill you.
We don't?
This is your investigation. I'm assuming.
Yeah, aren't you like a...
It's actually a rather promising aspect. But we have no reason to kill you. As much fun as that would sound.
You mean besides the fact that I worship the old god?
DM question.
Well, there you go.
Does the rule of the hunters and everything else, does that actually encompass
We have
Orkland?
to...
The Orklands are a little more wild, and they have one main headquarters in this other country where this castle is.
Okay.
Because it's just they're kind of little tribes, so there's never been any need for.
Is
any
this
drive
is the
houses.
wall of this city? Is this even in our jurisdiction? I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically it is.
All right. All right. Well, yes, that our job is to eradicate that.
Yes. That's our job.
It is our
Why aren't
job.
you doing our
I
job?
know.
There's no lie there. He obviously knows who hunters are.
And we're
So,
supposed to do our job.
however,
I roll to hide.
I prefer not to get involved directly like that without knowing more about the situation. And honestly, we just got here. I have no idea. What was the motivation for killing that council?
I don't like politicians,
Well, then we have that in common.
and it's about time that the orcs rose to their true strength.
I think maybe it's another one of let the coconuts decide scenarios.
Oh, what? Is he like on the edge part of the ship with the thing and there's...
He's like where the
Thing.
where the
The thing and the other thing.
The thing
all
and
the
the
stuff
thing.
in
the
the
steering
things.
wheel would have been.
You missed
The
this. It's a
helm.
deciding
The helm.
coconut.
The helm.
We go over this every episode.
You throw the coconut in the air. If it falls down to the ground, you kill him. If it floats, you don't.
I mean, orcs are supposed to be noble.
I'm just
Or
saying,
not
it's-
noble, like honorable. Not noble.
right now.
But I mean, if you... Like, if we're in a fight with them...
Alec, They respect signs of strength. Just hold your ground.
He threw me.
Thrax, are you trying to get us killed?
I mean, I'm a little angry about that, but
As you look around, make me a perception check really quick.
All of us, or?
terrible. I rolled a 2.
Oh, there we go.
What do we get?
2.
13.
18.
Lower than them.
You notice that kind of in random places, there's a symbol that you recognize as an unblinking eye from school,
Okay.
which was Grumsh, a orc god of power.
Yep.
It was also one-eyed.
Yep.
If you
Just-
want to battle me, if you want to kill me, you can try.
Would you try to stop? Like, would the guards here with the big axes try to stop us?
I don't need guards.
Would the cult people here with the green faces try to stop us?
Coconut?
He shakes his head.
I'm sorry. I mean, I just died.
Do I look like I need
rather
any
like
help?
him.
And he pulls up.
Dude,
like
yeah, seriously.
These great axes are like 6-7 feet tall, and he pulls them back both up and stands up. And you notice his full stature is like he's like 8'5" and almost 4 feet wide. And he's actually got more scars than you noticed before. He says, "I am older than you care to know. I've fought more battles than you care to know. And those gods that you think are destroyed, I am one of them. They are worshipping me. I worship no one.
So you're claiming to be Grumsh?
Reincarnated.
Do you have any physical proof? This goes on my theory, guys. I'm pretty sure the hunter guy, you know, the captain, whatever, he just calls himself chief.
Master Chief.
Master Chief Man. Mr. Boy, Kevin. I
Gr-
throw an ice knife at him.
Grim. Oh. Do you?
Yeah?
Perfect. I walk away.
You're throwing a knife at him?
Throwing an ice knife at him.
No, an
Okay.
ice knife.
Okay, go ahead.
One!
So
Perfect. Oh my god. Of course you throw an ice
you
knife
throw the
at him.
ice knife, and he doesn't
I mean,
even.
at least it explodes.
You could tell him watching. He's watching it, and he doesn't even bother to move.
Oh.
And it hits him in the plate mail and explodes, and ice crystals go across his plate mail, and then he like turns a different color, and you notice his plate mail start to heat up, and it steams,
He is an iguana.
and he plants his axe back down and sits down and says, "I don't want to fight you.
You just asked us if you wanted us to fight you.
It'd be like stomping on insects."
Well, if you truly are a reincarnated god, forgive my reluctance to believe it. But yeah, you're right, it would be like stomping insects. So, how about we all figure out what's going on here and what to do with us?
Because, I mean, if we go back while telling them, hey, we kind of came back without killing a guy who says he's an incarnated god, like the guy that
We were sent here to speak to a council that doesn't exist anymore. What do we do?
No, they
at
still
this
exist.
point?
They're out there, killed by people.
Well,
cultists.
you know what I mean. They're not alive. Anyway,
If we come back, we're gonna get our hands chopped off and send our eyeballs.
What? Ladies, one moment. Grim goes,
Yes.
I have one question for you. Do you guys have a good inn in town? Or a tavern?
I like him.
You could use some
He
sleep too.
screams something in orc, and some fair orcish maidens at about 7 feet tall come out with some trays and some orcish ale and set it out on this kind of on the bar, the railing of the ship. He says, "Drink. Do you even know who you serve?"
Maybe. I mean, I have some theories, but no.
I'm gonna pick up my hag's blood, walk over, and tuck in.
yeah, of course. Well, I can't speak for everyone else, but I serve justice. I serve the law.
The
Other
only
than
law
that-
in this world is strength.
There's this guy. His
The
name is
weak
Olive.
die, the strong survive.
I did take a vow to kill or fight against anything involving the divine, but he's got a point.
Is there any swamp water at the inn?
I don't know what you're speaking of.
Or good ale, liquor, beer?
That's ale.
Good?
Orc ale. Try it. The cup's like the size of you.
Hell
Because
yeah.
they're 7 foot tall orcs.
I'm just gonna dunk my head in it.
It's good.
I'm not gonna eat their
They got
stuff. I
good
just take
taste.
out my olive jar
Nice.
and drink it.
Heck yeah. Thank you very much. I've been parched for a good drink for a while.
I haven't.
I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. You do me a favor, and I'll do you one.
This has gone so well for us in the past. Sure, lay it on us.
Depending on what it is, of course.
There are 3 other tribe leaders in the jungle. I don't have a desire to kill them. I'd rather them join me as brethren. But I'm not much of a emissary, if you will. You convince them to join me, or you kill the leader. And I will tell you more about your lovely Hunters Guild and the truth about this world.
Okay.
And I'll let you leave these walls alive.
That sounds fair. We don't have an
After
issue with that.
you can choose your path.
It's a deal if I can take some of this ale with me.
He like throws this like a water skin at you, but it's like made out of like an elephant leg. And it plops
Try to catch it, I just get blown across the room, tumbling.
It's like the water balloon that doesn't pop when you throw it.
Just, yeah, knocks me across the floor.
You have no idea what it is to be free. I will set you free. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
Crap, are we in the Matrix?
If it's that our leader is one of the reincarnated gods, I totally called it.
Like the red pill or the blue pill?
Stout orc maiden.
No.
Wow.
They don't like to be
Wow.
called fair. Anyway,
She looks like your type.
She looks at you and goes, "We don't like to be called fair."
Duly noted.
yes.
Strapping young woman.
She kind of looks confused for a second.
You sure are
I
there.
suppose that'll work.
My companions and myself are looking for a place to slumber for a while. Could that be provided here?
Can we just go camping?
Pick a house and throw whoever they're out.
Delightful.
These aren't my people yet. And he shouts something in orc again. And Kill a Cat and Nogaz come in. And he says, find them a home. A resting place. And inform them of the other tribes' locations. And as he says that, his eye lights up. And all of a sudden you feel a mark. And your whatever piece of clothing has a glyph on it. All of a sudden.
That glyph is.
So you can see what you're doing.
Okay.
That's a
Spinal?
fancy piece of wood.
It's like wearing a camera.
I like to see if you kill them or talk to them.
Or both.
I don't care what you do.
Please remember we're being
It's for my
watched, everybody.
entertainment only.
Is there a particular message that you would like to send if we decide to kill them first?
Their tribes will follow me.
Would you like them to see your symbol before they die, perhaps?
Very well. Get creative. He says, I don't care. He goes, he looks kind of like contemplative for a second. He says, I don't care if you write it on flayed flesh and fly it as a banner. Just bring the tribes to me.
Do either of the guards, are they wearing amulets or anything with his symbol?
You notice now that you've seen the symbol that, like, written in blood on their chest plate is a large, unblinking eye.
Well,
And then sounds great.
yeah,
Bye.
precisely. Just maybe a place to sleep for a while.
Exactly. A little bit of rest would do us wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Cat goes, you want to see where I got the found the ale?
I would love to know.
And Ergaz starts laughing. He says, then we drink. And then you guys literally go to the tavern.
Perfect.
The chairs are like you feel like you're in a baby chair when you get there. The
How do I
counters
feel,
are
though?
high. Yeah. Like the counters are like instead.
I'll
of
find
being,
you a
like,
footstool,
4
Drax.
feet tall, they're about 5.5 feet tall. Everything's about a half foot and a half taller and bigger. So as you enter the little pontoon of a tavern, Ogaz goes straight back and starts pouring. And Killicat says there's rooms upstairs, and he sits down and he literally grabs a keg and puts it on the counter and rips the top off and starts drinking.
Do you have olives?
You.
Can I get a
And
keg personally on my own?
he shoves a keg over to you, and it just slides across like a mug.
Yeah,
And
no
he
spare
picks
keg?
you up, and he drops you in one.
Drops you. Bloop.
Is the keg full of olives?
Woo! You read my mind!
Well, that's a happy gnome.
This is a very happy gnome.
So you will do what the war chief asked.
Probably.
Maybe you'll become a war boss like us.
That's a bit extra.
Kilgats.
Yeah.
Earlier, your divine leader mentioned the corpse market.
I know nothing of it. Someplace he goes. Never been.
Perfect. Then, on another note, I've heard you're kind of notorious for marking or inking another's skin.
He takes off his big, huge bracelet, and he's just covered in these orc tribal tattoos. That answer your question?
Recommendations for an artist?
He laughs, and he looks over at Urgaz. He just kind of says something orcish, and he takes off. Anybody else?
For a tattoo or
Nah.
yeah, drinking about. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Why not? When in Orcland, do as the orcs do, right?
That no one has ever said that.
You could get
I
a
just did.
You could get a large singular eye.
I could.
Yeah.
Or
Get a dolphin.
yeah, sure, why not?
It's like visiting Hawaii for
Please,
the
dear
first time.
Lord, don't be that sorority girl who gets a dolphin.
A butterfly on my lower back, please.
It says love, peace, and life.
As you guys are discussing ideas, Urgaz comes back, and in tow he has this more slender orc woman. She's only about 6'5", like blazing red hair,
I look up here.
yellow eyes, and she is like drop dead gorgeous for an orc. Like, the only thing odd about her that wouldn't be like a 10 out of 10 is the fangs that come up and out of her bottom jaw.
Little tusks. You're so cute.
And she says,
It's an improvement for Draxoon.
"You want tattoos?
I would love a tattoo.
Hi.
Well, you're so cute."
Oh, no.
She picks you up and sets you on the table and looks at her, and she's got traditional orc tattoos, which is like this really jagged piece of bone and a really jagged bone hammer.
Thank God I've been chugging the ale.
Under
I've
the
been swimming
jagged
in.
bone, there's like, half a dozen little needles, and she dips it in this horrible smelling ink, and she starts going away at your arm.
Awesome. I reach over and grab another handful of ale.
And you notice you didn't tell her what to put on you.
Yeah, I was gonna say dealer's choice on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly, tramp stamp it is.
Yep, butterfly tramp stamp it is.
And she starts making these.
Could your
orcish-
address be part of it?
She
Wow.
laughs, and she just starts. And she's making these like orcish tribal symbols.
Probably just says tomato soup.
Or something, so yeah.
And she says, "You understand what it means to get an orcish tattoo?
We're married now?
Only in your dreams, honey. You couldn't handle me," she says.
Physically.
And she says, "You don't get to charge the tattoo. The god chooses the tattoo. It is inside of who you are. You are an entertainer." I would recognize that beaver flute from anywhere.
Oh, what a good one.
That's why I want to know your address.
Yeah.
How drunk
I
are
tried.
you?
And you notice
New
that your-
campaign goal: get tracksuit laid on every continent.
You notice that your tattoo is, instead of being like, you notice that Killicats and Orgonz's were kind of sharp and pointy. Yours has more wave and flow to it. One who can control words can also be a powerful warrior. One who can control the power of the world through his words is as of God. And she finishes this tattoo surprisingly quickly on your whole 1 foot of skin, because it's like a mini tattoo for her. And she says, "Who's next?" As you look at your flowing,
Yeah, this is
Okay.
beautiful. I like it. Thank you.
I'll go.
take off your mail.
All right.
I will assist.
Yeah.
There's some latches that are
Yeah,
hard
I'll
to reach.
assist.
You get slightly uncomfortable as she pulls the undershirt of your sleeve like down around and exposes like this whole part of your body here.
All right.
And she starts to tattoo your whole quarter.
Oh boy,
And she
that was a lot
says,
bigger than
"You
I
are-
intended, but all right.
You are a defender,
That I am.
like a mighty keep. You keep those you love safe.
I do my best.
And yours is not as sharp as other ones, but more square. And it kind of wraps around, and you notice there's a kind of progression. She kind of sets you in front of this old glass mirror that's kind of dusty, so you can see. And she says, "You would be considered stalwart in our culture. You would never leave the chief's side.
I will take that as a great compliment.
Loyal, maybe to a fault. Are you sure you should serve the ones you serve?" And she remains silent as she keeps on tattooing you.
Hey,
Does she have a name?
jeez.
My name's not important.
All right.
What I do is,
Tattoos? I mean, they're pretty cool.
they are marks.
Oh, sorry.
And she finishes up.
Jeez, you know, I feel like I'm a bit socially inept at this point.
Oh, nonsense, Alec.
At this point.
At all points, just every point in my life has just led up to the moment of me realizing that I'm terrible.
That is selling yourself short. Have a jar of pickles, and I'll cast my illusion. Or of olives.
Olives.
I already have a jar of olives.
She looks at you.
Good for
too.
you.
Sure, why not?
She walks over to you and she looks at you. She says, "Give me your hands." Other way. And she puts them down on the counter. And she begins to tattoo your hands up to like here, like a glove. And it's unlike theirs. The shapes make no sense. It's very chaotic and winding, almost like an ivy. She says, "You are young. You haven't discovered who you really are yet. You must learn your place and unleash your true power. There's a warrior inside you."
I'm technically an adult. 19 counts.
As I said, you must find yourself. And she remains quiet again
Okay.
and finishes the tattoos. So you have like these kind of ivy spreads going up like a glove.
Now you have to do it. Peer pressure. Come on.
It was his idea.
I know.
He better get it done now. The rest of us have.
In my homeland, people like you are called soul ciphers. Somebody who can read destinies or strengths. I'm curious as to what you would read into mine.
She approaches you. She doesn't touch you like she touched others. She kind of circles you. She goes, "You I cannot touch. You've already sold yourself to one."
That's what I thought.
What?
Do you know where the corpse market is?
Everywhere and nowhere.
Yes, there's someone there I need to meet.
looks at you guys.
I have a contact from someone with a corpse market.
Very well. You complete the task that the war chief gave you. And I will give you a key.
And the address?
Address is not needed.
That is very generous, Miss Cypher.
And she says, I thank you for the honor.
Thank you.
He nods her head a little bit. And you notice that during this whole thing that Killacat and Ugaz were very quiet and respectful. They were drinking, but they were like, it was like a serious ceremony. And as she leaves, they start laughing. He goes, now you're one of us. Except for you. You already sold yourself to somebody, apparently.
Lady Death.
Ah. That's a good one.
Isn't it?
And you
Insight
guys seem
check.
kind of confused.
Yeah, that's a big insight check.
It is really crap. That's a 9.
I got a 20.
It's nothing. So that's a 9.
You can tell that they're having a serious conversation.
Talk about him.
Yeah, I'm checking.
That they're having a serious conversation and that
What?
he's being honest about what he says.
Who dat?
Actually, interesting.
I'm sorry, what language is it that you're speaking?
That language, the one that I am currently doing.
Oh, what was your question?
You notice the two orcs leaning in. Drama.
You know it. I'm saying, who is the person that you say you do?
Did I say that I do?
We've already discussed that I'm bad at this.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Not that I'd be able to find one in this particular town, but the second that I find a book on grammatical structure, I'll be sure to purchase it for you.
I have books.
Hey, we speak good orc.
Yes, you do, actually. A perfect example of it.
Uh,
It's her that I'm more worried about.
I believe the word is paragon.
It would be.
He laughs.
Just got a tattoo of a Necronomicon. Jeez. The edge on him is like a pizza cutter. It's all edge, no point.
That's yeah.
Oh.
You know, you really have got to teach me how to play this these days so I can join in.
Kill cats.
Set of pipes and
I have a lute.
we'll just both be like, dude.
What do you want, Dark One?
Before I retire for the evening,
We can call him Edgelord.
before I retire for the evening,
He wanted us to call him Lord.
your war chief, though not outright convincing me, has inspired me. I'm curious as to where I could get a metallic symbol of his.
You
Why would we write it with metal?
What?
It's written in blood.
But is not iron what draws blood from your enemies?
Sometimes my fist do.
That's a good point, but what if I want to brand people?
I think he's asking you to punch him.
Why wouldn't you just carve it into their skin?
with
Because
copper.
fire lasts longer?
Not.
He points out, I believe that's smoldering, and I'm still here.
It's a fair point.
Well, this trip is going nothing like I expected, and I'm actually
Good.
kind of enjoying it.
Good night, all.
Yes.
I'm freaking out.
Oh,
We're gonna get in
bef-
so much trouble with our boss man.
Before I do retire for the evening, is any one of us particularly concerned that we were sent here to die?
Every second of my life.
Well, you're concerned that you're going to die all the time. I'm
It's because I
concerned.
died twice.
Anybody else concerned
I-
that we were sent here to die?
I'm always concerned that we're being sent to die.
We're all paranoid.
All right. Are you concerned that we were sent here to die?
No.
He plays a beaver flute. Why
You're
would he be
drunk off your ass. Never mind. I'm going to go to sleep.
But as you leave, Aelin's going to say to you in Infernal, be careful with your dealings with death.
And Killacat looks at you and says, yeah, be careful. By the way, do you want these names? And he says in Infernal.
Yes, please.
God, this is
He
like when
gives you-
everyone in my campaign speaking Elvish. I don't understand. What are you
He
saying?
says, first is Zach's grog.
Did I overhear you're dating death? Cheers!
The little
Yeah,
one speaks in front
congratulations.
He's just so drunk he understands something.
I guess.
Orcish brew works wonders, doesn't it? She is a fairly timid leader. Prides herself on stealth of her tribe.
Zach's girl.
That's my name.
Zach's grog.
Okay.
That's like the one thing that I do.
That's
She
not.
might be hard
That's
to
not
track
true. You
down.
talk,
I talk bad.
but you talk a lot.
Yes. I mean, it gets me punched in the face and thrown across a deck.
I think she's going for that 10,000 hours thing. You know, eventually you do 10,000 hours, eventually you become proficient.
Yep. Or I'm just.
I don't think that's likely in her case. Next,
She's gonna
please.
find out pretty quickly.
You're a very charismatic group, aren't you? Next is Bagger Hawks.
Bag of rocks.
Bag of
rocks.
Okay.
We call him that because he carries a large sack of boulders that he likes to throw at people.
Oh. So we just have to take away his boulders, and he has no pride. Take away both of them.
You can find him. He points up at a mountain in the distance that you can see.
Alec, typically if you take away a man's boulders, he has no more pride.
Typically, his tribe frequents the mountains.
I say we go for the lady first.
Sitting in my keg of beer. I see a toe float by.
Just like in
Well,
a
I grabbed
hot
that,
tub
took it
of
back in
ale.
the
Kill-a-cat reaches in. He goes, "Oh, that explains the hag's blood." Throws it back in.
What did you guys do when I was gone?
I grab it.
Oh, you know, killed some hags.
Put it
Anyway.
back in my pocket under the.
That's not an anyway sentence.
Last
underwater,
is,
but under ale.
Is Gru Cork. Grue with the little dots above it. Cork.
Should we just say his name real dumb?
You might like him.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a musician.
Heck yeah.
I don't think him much of.
I don't know if he knows any new tunes I can learn.
And if we're gonna
Where
kill
would we
him,
find him?
You find Zagrok. She can lead you to him. Last time I checked, they had a thing going on.
Sorry, that first one was Zagrok.
Zagrok. Grog, yes.
Good night.
Farewell.
bye.
I also climb out of my. Climb out of my
you have your
keg.
choice of these rooms. All the beds are like 8 feet tall.
I drag my empty-ish kind of keg with me upstairs.
8 feet tall.
During the night, you can kind of hear like people scuttling around the street, like scavenging, like they're coming out of their homes in the darkness, trying to find food or whatever. And you wake up, except you're not in your bed anymore. You're surrounded by light, and you hear a female voice say, "Who do you really serve?"
I wish I knew.
You cannot serve justice when you serve the enemy. And you feel yourself falling through this light, but at the same time it's holding you and comforting you. And the voice says, "You serve the light. And the light can only come from us." And as she says that, you wake up in your bed.
It's us. You could answer things, not leave me hanging like an enigma. Should go back to sleep.
Night goes by, uneventful, besides that.
How much do we heal from an night's rest?
Everything.
Yeah, everything heals up.
Good to know. Good to know.
When you wake up, there's nobody in the tavern. The orcs have gone. They put a list on the table of the names just in case you forgot it.
That's handy. Nothing if not thorough, these orcs.
All right.
So are we gonna kill everyone?
Good morning to you too, Alec!
No, not everyone here. I mean, people in the tribe.
Not as many words. That was going to be my question.
Well, I think the idea was we're supposed to bring the tribes to the war chief.
Not the chiefs. He said that we can kill them if we want. Not everyone there. But when the chiefs are dead.
Right, well, the chiefs do what we have to do. I am...
Might we take a step back here? We were introduced to somebody who was pretending to be a god,
We're already kind of breaking our rules here.
and now we're going to do work for this person?
Yep.
Alright, she's gonna take a look around. Is anybody else in the room? Or in the area where she's gone? Okay.
Do we still have our shoulder brand on us?
Alright,
So,
alright, you guys.
Yes.
I'm starting to have some serious doubts. About
Out?
the hunters in general. Who the hell are we working for?
I mean, I've already given my take.
Peace and order of
Yes.
mortal kind.
Is it though? Are we trying to... It feels like we're being thrown at things so fast, one after the other. We're not being given even a minute to think about it before we're sent off to the next thing. Oh, you're being called to this or that. They're not letting us think about it. If we do, it's like they're afraid that we're going to figure something out. And I'd like to take a step back, actually.
I think that's the point of this order. It's not a good one. It's not perfect. We do it brutally. Because, did you remember the thief child who could have just been starving and his hand was cut off? That wasn't great, but it happened.
I know, but I'm speaking specifically about the Hunters Guild.
But it's, yeah.
Order for breakfast. This is way too heavy of a talk without some
I
food in my
know.
stomach.
Like this
You go
food.
digging behind the counter, you find like some pickled eggs and some
Olives.
jerky meat.
Pickle eggs are amazing. Yes.
Except they're kind of large.
I'm just
Yes.
saying,
Filling too.
I just think we need to slow down for a minute and start asking some questions. Specifically of the Hunters Guild, I think we need to not just keep
I'm
blindly
watching.
charging into things that they're throwing at us. Or throwing us at.
If we do not enact the will of the elders of the Hunters Guild,
Doesn't that kind of sound like things
Which
that...
are who?
then people will interrupt me continuously,
Sorry,
Alec.
geez, sorry.
And me.
Then chaos, squalor, and disorder will reign.
You don't think there's any shades of grey in there?
Absolutely.
And they're not our
Mo-
business. We have a job.
Mortal kind
There's like more than 30 shades of gray.
is full of
What if
interruptions.
the gods aren't dead?
They are...
What if the gods aren't dead?
They are not.
If they're not dead, then I would prefer them to still stay out of our business.
Here.
Yeah.
With an egg.
I am not
With an egg.
with an egg.
Drink the yolk.
I just would like us all to think
I don't know
about
how
it,
they
that's
work.
all. I mean, we should obviously... Okay, fine. Carry on. We'll go look for the tribes. But
I mean, think about how...
Aelin,
I think it's a good idea to keep the peace with this war chief.
understanding the irony of the words that are about to leave my mouth,
Alright.
I don't believe that mortal kind needs to be continuously babysat by beings who think themselves superior to us. We have had a century of peace. Subjective as that word may seem, we have not seen mass genocide. We have not seen grand scales of slaughter. The only evil that we have seen has been brought about because of our own edicts as mortal kind.
And why is it such a huge deal to make sure the gods are kept away and not brought back?
Because with the power of belief becomes the power of difference. And with difference, I would be slaughtered on the street for having demon blood.
Here.
Thank you, Draxun.
I mean, you're a religious-ish person. You know
Well,
about
studied.
about religion. So do
Yes.
I. And we know that religion is based off of belief. If a god is believed in, they grow in power. When they are killed
it-
and everyone stops believing in them, they lose power. That's why,
Right.
the person that is a god or is not a god has normalish stuff.
I don't know. It just seems fishy to me. That's all. It just seems like things are getting a little out of hand here, and it seems like they're putting. Doth protest too much. That British guy, a writer.
Yes,
who's
did
a
he play?
god.
Did he play cricket?
Might have played cricket.
Shake Club. And Shake Club.
Shake.
Shakes
I don't think
pike.
we've played a game yet that hasn't had Shakespeare in it some way.
It's Shakes pike.
Seriously though.
All right.
I mean. I'm starting to think the Hunters Guild doth protest too much, that's all. I think that there's more behind it.
And perhaps the Hunters Guild is flawed, but as is all mortal kind.
I just
Personally,
want
I've signed up.
answers.
Precisely.
I've signed up. I agreed to it up front. You all know what you were getting into. Either spend the rest of your life questioning everything you signed up for, or just do your job.
Now, before we end up spending the entire day waxing philosophical,
Would anyone like an egg?
Yes,
I would love
actually, I
one,
would
thank
that
you.
too,
There you go.
yes,
Hand 'em
yes.
out.
Now-
That's gross. Too bad.
what still does not solve our immediate predicament.
Just that we have a bunch of eyes on us.
We have one singular eye on us.
Yeah, but there is.
That's funny.
That is quite humorous, actually, yes. Single eyes, you know. Gross. Religion humor, it's great.
Are you okay?
No, I'm very much not.
No.
I had a rough night. Eating my egg.
Just like the entire thing.
Now, I don't know about the three of you, but I imagine to some degree we could escape the Greenskin lands, but it still also does not answer the question of we were sent here on an impossible mission.
Well, I mean, but they weren't necessarily dead before. They may not have known.
Don't you think the Elder Hunters would know that the Council had been slaughtered and the rising of a divine pretender would have occurred?
They probably knew about the Divine Pretender, but I don't know where the
You could tell that the blood
corpses
spell
were.
was fresh. Like it had just happened. Like a matter
Okay,
of
so
day.
they might not have known. This looks like it happened while we were en route. to
Maybe
the
they
walls.
found out and we were just too far ahead for them to stop us.
However, I do now, after some consideration and a rough night, I have given some thought to your comment, and I do agree with you. I think there's maybe something to be said for maybe we were sent here to die, which also raises the question of why.
Why don't we go out and
Maybe
find
we
these
just-
three, get them on our side, and go kill this one-eyed fool?
Because I'd rather come back here with an army and kill all of the cultists.
Whatever. Well, let's go get
They're not
Teal
going to
or
be
Dolphin.
terribly.
No, I don't think that's going to likely happen. I tried to kill one as it left.
Hopefully it wasn't Teal.
It wasn't Teal, it was the one I was riding. I never bothered to get its name.
Such a prig.
I'm sorry, what was that, Aylin?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
We should call you a prib.
No.
No. Nope. Nope.
So-
That's not what she said.
If we go work for the Divine, I put that in quotation marks, we are signing our own death sentence to the rest of the world.
What up, Excel?
Fraternizing with cultists.
I highly doubt the Order
At
of
this
Hunters
point,
is going
the door
to.
flies open and Killer Cat's right there. He's like, you realize you have orc tattoos now.
Hey, mine turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't.
Unfortunately,
How are your hunters gonna feel about that?
unfortunately, I have none.
It's not another.
I have.
Yeah.
Again, it's not like they're going to see them unless I show
Yeah,
them.
I can just put my gloves on. They're longer than these.
Yeah, mine's fully covered. Sorry.
Are you guys done discussing if they're the good guys or the bad guys?
Actually, we're not quite done whether or not we're going to turn you in as cultists. Would you give us 5 more minutes?
My vote is you do.
That's kind of the direction that I'm leaning to, but it requires a lot more strategizing, and
No,
For
no,
pretense sake.
Wait, why?
Yes.
Why? Why is it you'd like us to turn you in and decide you're
I could use a good fight.
Nice. All right.
What about the main boss guy? If he figures out that there's some divine being here, if he comes,
What makes your main boss guy better than my main boss guy?
well, your main boss guy, I don't know. He's shorter. I have no real
She's still learning how to talk. Forgive her.
Very young.
gib gob gib.
So
Says the baby-faced one over here. She's very young.
I mean, you're more than welcome to sit in, but we're going to continue discussing whether or not we're going to try to escape.
I just came to pour myself a drink.
Oh,
All
perfect.
right.
We've already put
Carry
egg
on.
juice.
I figured they could hear us anyway. We've got the things on.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hide in any of this.
Yeah, I'm not either. I
I
actually,
appreciate the work, guys.
honestly, I don't have any issue one way or the other with the orcs. I don't care
But I don't
if
want
they're
to.
cultists or not.
I
Makes
like
you feel
that.
better. We like you. And he tips on his glass.
Cheers to that.
I like their form of government thus far.
Yeah, they're a lot more straightforward than that
It is
mess
pretty
we
simple.
left in the last
Yeah, but it's a
city.
government that says that they're not a government, which is kind of like an ironic government.
It's more like he says he's a freaking tyrant, reincarnated god, which is pretty straightforward there.
Tyranny is still a government. It's not
Yeah,
a
that's
common
fine.
one, but it's.
So is
anybody's
somebody who
smart.
claims to be the smartest member of this
What's he
group, but
look
is
Little cat's
incapable of
looking
talking.
Confusing, like confused. He's like, is tyranny what it is when somebody's stronger than somebody?
Yeah.
No,
Well, I mean.
not at all. Strength
Because back
has
to
nothing to
drinking.
do with
I
tyranny.
mean, kind.
And
strong-
again, philosophy for another day.
Mm.
But we do.
It's because we're trying to make a decision here. But I don't think we should talk this much if we go decide to kill the orcs or not, because.
He laughs. He says, "You already got my vote. You don't have to worry about me."
No, not you guys. The other ones where we're supposed to go to the chiefs.
The
I don't even
tribes.
know
Oh, the tribes.
Are they
yeah.
not orcs? I don't know.
No, they're orcs.
They're orcs.
Okay, cool.
But if they don't want to join,
I'm
they
sorry,
die.
Are you
Alright.
kill cats or are you the other one? You all look the same.
So do you.
Yeah, that's
Except
fine.
For you, why are you so light?
Because I'm part demon.
Yeah, but are most of you like red?
Some are purple and blue.
That's true. You'd probably have to take it up with whatever being cursed my bloodline.
Interesting.
Probably a bone dragon. Or
If you
whatever,
find out, though,
bone
I'd be
demon.
dreadfully interested to know.
He pulls up his
Bone devil.
like sleeve slightly, and he's got a picture of like a dead jaguar, like tribal. He's like, kill a cat.
Perfect.
I get it.
With my
That's
bare
funny.
hands.
Well,
Kill a
'cause it's
cat.
dead cat. Or are you supposed to say it fast?
You can say
No.
it however you want it.
You guys are saying kill a cat, but is it kill a cat or kill a cat?
I killed a cat with my bare hands. A leopard.
But it was a jaguar.
It was a giant leopard, spotted jaguar. Same thing.
Well, yeah. You guys are having a question about
Oh
government.
my
but you know
good lord,
cats.
Alec.
I know. I'm sorry. Let's
Thank
just
you.
Go.
Eat your olives.
Yes.
And an egg.
No.
And an egg.
Just olives.
Have some
No.
Kill a cat.
What?
Realizing that I might be pushing the boundaries of our proposition, could we perhaps procure a source of transportation to get to these 3 others that we are supposed to butcher?
Jungle's too thick. Hounds won't make it through.
How far away are they?
Mountains are about a day's travel. Tribes could be anywhere in the jungle.
Okay, then last question. Could you provide a guide? Somebody disposable. Or not, really. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say no to more muscle.
Are you asking if I'll go?
I
I won't. Anyways.
We are rather
Guide,
unfamiliar
huh?
with the area.
Are you incapable of going, or you just don't want to go and fight people?
You afraid, Mr. Muscles?
No, Alec, we were insinuating using intelligence rather than just going directly to the threat.
I'm a war boss. My place is beside the war chief.
No, I know. I got that
Although
from
your
the
insult was cute at best.
Kill a cat.
I mean, I called
You
you Mr.
know,
Muscles. It was supposed
If
to be ironic.
you were to find us a guide of some sort that could get us out there sooner, we would be out of your hair sooner. Not talking about philosophy
All
and
right.
keeping you busy.
All right.
And then we'll be gone even sooner, and there'll be so many more tribes coming to worship your war chief.
You can shut up now.
Great. I have a +5 persuasion.
All right, if you ask for a guide, I'll find you a guide. Look,
Thank you.
when you get up to the you'll take an elevator manual. When you get up there, he'll be waiting for you. His name's Shake. I'll make sure he's there waiting for you.
Lastly, do we have a place where we could restock on provisions?
What do you need?
Money.
Olives.
And something
He
to
pops
fill her
down-
mouth so she talks
He
less.
pops down a bag, and it's like a big bag full of gold. 200 gold pieces.
I thought you were gonna say olives. Sweet.
What do you need money for?
I'll take the money.
You can just raid and take what you want in our world.
How much money was that?
200 GP.
So like 50 gold apiece. Are we splitting it, or are we going to be nice?
No, Alec took it all.
Yeah.
It's alright.
I mean,
That's fine.
I'm broke. I spent all my money on
fine.
poison. Oh wait, never mind.
I'm not hurting at the moment. It's all good.
No, we can do 50.
Alright, well then, I suppose we should pack up our stuff and...
Take the 200 or tell us if we're taking 50 gold.
Yeah, 50 gold.
You got what you need now?
I think so.
Find some curing salts for this toad.
Alright, and then last, and I promise this is my last question, Clickhands. Do you have something stronger than ale, liquor, or a fire water of some kind?
No.
That's unfortunate. Draxoon, you're
You could
stuck
get
on
you
you're
could
stuck
get-
on an ale diet.
You can get grog on the ships, but we aren't.
I mean, I have like 2 gallons of olives.
We aren't sure going.
Alright.
Ugly, you know.
That explains why the hag blood did nothing for you. Alright.
I'll pack away a couple pickled eggs.
Good idea.
Good
Deviled
idea.
eggs.
Alright, are we all in agreement to go kill some...
Yes.
Yes.
Go find some tribes, yes.
I didn't even need to add much to the discussion. You guys did a fine job at it. Let's do it.
Alright, perfectly.
You're
mean-
a man of few words, Drac.
You made a few
I can
toasts.
respect that.
Being the bard in this situation, you really should be the one that talks the
As
most.
you're leaving, he like reaches into his sack, and he pulls what appears to be a troll finger out and hands it to you.
Yes, thank you. It's something to add to my keychain collection.
Exactly as charismatic as you.
I can animate that for you too as well.
Heck yeah, dude. My collection get a little bit bigger here on the road.
His mage hand is gonna be like zombie parts.
Oh god.
Seriously.
But when your own beaver flute won't do the job.
It's for when I do healing word to myself.
There you go.
Such a team player as a bard.
Alright,
And then he thinks, oh, heals, he touches us.
Oh, Killicat. Does your culture practice shamanism?
He totally
There are
lied
some.
about the last question bit.
Not here.
Not here? Alright.
Always a lie.
Troll?
Do you have any, that you would know of in any location?
One of the tribes may have shamans.
Delightful.
We're just a warrior clan.
He always has one more question. Sorry about that.
I do. I'm a very inquisitive person.
How do you feel about ogres?
Apropos of nothing.
Just in general. Just
I
your
am walking toward the
personal-
elevator.
All right.
I guess really. Bye.
He like shakes his head.
Is that a no? You don't like him?
Like,
Did-
How tall is this guy?
Did Zolnesh come to me at any point during the night?
No. Oh, sorry. I was thinking something
Yeah,
else.
sorry, my familiar.
As you exit the door, you notice he's sitting on the railing outside.
Do you have any idea where the island is?
You telepathically goes back to you, and you get this image of the island phasing in and out of reality.
Perfect.
So how tall is Killicat's?
There are most of the
Real
orcs
tall.
are about 7'5", 7'6".
Okay, so as Aelin walks out, she's going to get him to lean down, and pat him on the cheek, and give him a quick kiss on the cheek, and then walk out.
That was odd.
He was helpful.
Aelin,
What?
you punch them.
Meh.
Okay.
He
Catch
lays
more
out
flies
the
with
door
honey.
and says, "Y'all couldn't handle me anyways." and closes the door.
God, all orcs are so sassy.
Just because I'm being friendly doesn't mean I want to jump him, for the heaven's sake!
For the heavens.
Why does everyone assume? Oh, right.
Because we travel with
You
him.
travel with him.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
A lot of misconceptions.
Shall we?
Let's go meet our guide.
Yes, our guide Shake.
Shake a shake.
So you get to the elevator.
Shake or shake us.
It's like a large elevator, and there's a rope and pulley system, and it takes you about another 40 feet up to the top of a cliff, and you see a brick path that ends at a forest edge with some barrels and some crates, and upon it is about a 3-foot tall goblin. He says, "Hey, y'all hunters?
Yep.
Oh, you Shake.
I'm Shake.
Oh my gosh.
Do you shake?
I love you already.
Why do you love me?
Because
You're adorable. Let's do this.
Ah, you trying to find the tribes?
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it? Is that death? I smell."
No, it's pickled eggs.
And he walks up to you and starts smelling your robes. Oh,
Shake.
it is death I smell. And he ignores you and walks off. Follow me. And he starts leading you out into the woods.
Excellent.
What was that?
Aylin's just thrilled. This is adorable.
I mean, we did kill a bunch of these guys.
Shake.
Ah, what do you want?
Have you ever been possessed by any weird red things?
Huh?
Cool.
Yeah,
I
we don't-
second that
Yeah, we don't really understand her either. How far
charm.
away to the tribe that Zegrog leads?
I don't know. I got smell now.
Have you ever been there before?
They move. Nomadic.
They're nomadic.
Yeah.
All right. Do you know anything about this tribe?
Stealthy. Like
you-
to hide.
Number of individuals of the tribe?
Hmm.
Can you count?
With your fingers, just point out, like, how many heads do they have?
More?
Okay. Kill Cats.
Uh-huh.
You know him.
Yeah.
All right. All right. If he went to assault the tribe by himself, would you bet that he would win or lose?
Killcat's mighty work.
So would
He's
he?
hero.
Is that a yes or a no?
Perfect.
He's a hero.
Everything he says is just a one-liner.
I am a goblin.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Lead on.
So he starts wandering off in the,
I'm just enjoying this whole exchange. No, carry on, please.
he starts wandering off in the
skipping along, playing with my baby.
in the forest, and it's kind of like a rainforest, kind of jungly, and he's like crossing these weird paths, and sometimes you feel like he's going in circles, but the whole time his nose is like twitching. He's like, smell something. Smell. What do I smell? Do I smell them? Is it a orc? Oh. Duck.
Shake.
Yeah.
We're trying to find orcs, not avian creatures.
No duck.
No
Nope.
duck.
No duck.
Is it a white one?
No, you don't understand duck. Hi.
Aylin is
I
like,
just yelled.
And he's like crawled under a log.
I rolled a stealth.
What time is it?
It's probably not even noon yet.
Oh,
It's early.
okay.
You guys haven't made it into the forest very far. And you kind of duck under this log, and this kind of paw, 1, 2 sinks in the mud, and then 3 and 4 behind it. And you can see the paws and the fur on it, and you hear, and you look over and it's not Shake that's sniffing. And it walks off, paw after paw. And Shake's very quiet. And all of a sudden his nose starts twitching and he goes, "Oh, not good. Hope he didn't smell us."
His sniffer is as good as yours. I'm sure he did.
If he smelt us, we might be in trouble.
What was that, Shake?
Bear.
Oh. Do I know what a bear is?
Bear, yeah, bear.
No. Does Justin?
Yeah, you guys probably know what a bear is.
Okay.
But not bear. Different bear.
Bear bear? Bear bear?
It looks like you weird.
A dire bear. That'd be weird.
Different bear. If he got sent, we might be in trouble.
Well, then that's fine.
Is he angry enough?
I suggest we get moving.
Yes, which direction to the tribe?
Yeah, let's go.
He points at the tracks.
Of the bear? Or
You have to follow the bear?
They went that way.
The opposite direction of the bear, or the same direction?
Same direction. as
Oh,
mine.
well, here we go.
Are we upwind or downwind this bear now?
I lost scent. Means he might smell us.
Wonderful.
I will start casting Presto
Okay.
to start making us smell like jungle as opposed to us.
Okay. Everybody make a stealth check really quick.
Oh dear.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh god, it was almost good.
18.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
10.
You can give her inspiration.
You reroll if you want.
I better.
Yeah, don't you have like those hero points or whatever?
That's one better, so it's 11.
Okay. So
I can't roll
as you
tonight.
start to follow him, Shake starts to walk down the path, and as he starts to follow the path, you guys he ducks again. You guys notice and duck behind with him, and you fail to notice, and you start taking a few steps forward, and you hear kind of this weird growl. And around the corner comes this large creature with the face of an owl and 4 paws. And we'll roll initiative next episode on Immersion RPG.
Oh. Sorry, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Had a good return, I think. We will be, just so you guys know what's going on in the world of Immersion RPG, we have started our first official ethical arc. So our heroes are going to be faced with some choices to make over the next couple weeks. But I want to kind of set up some things we're going to be doing in the future. We have a couple people that sometimes GM or DM at the table. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some flashbacks in the future. So after this arc, look forward for that. And we're going to be discovering some people's backstories. So tune in tomorrow. Is Wednesday for the Realms and primed and ready. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you later.